last we left off with the Risen, um, our intrepid adventurers succeeded in buying train tickets and boarded a train. They had a chance, an opportunity to rest, to talk to one another, to learn more about certain mystic elements that they're meddling with. Um, as they ride the train through Baldur's Gate, they got train tickets for sleeper cars and were able to rest, albeit bumpily, on their way north. It does not take them long to reach Baldur's Gate, and as they drive up, the dawn is cresting over the horizon, and and one of the announcers is coming by and is knocking on the doors as the wake up call, and is announcing that you all have reached there's the name. Where's the name for it? Sorry, I have to scroll up because I was lower on my page. That you all have reached the Grey Harbor, which is one of the other names for Baldur's Gate. And so he's knocking on your guys' sleeper car doors to let you know that you've arrived in the outer city, and that that this is your stop.
Where, to get down on. I have no problem with.
Too zoomed in.
Oh no, maps! My enemy, my mortal enemy.
God damn it! Now I have to read.
I have my brain.
I need to find myself.
Nice
Face.
picture though.
Yep. And
I
so
get lost 2 streets away from my home, so I'm really bad with. Good thing Sarah is good with maps. But
I also here is another map that's like a picture version that if you want to download you can, because you guys will have access to the Baldur's Gate map at all times.
Ooh.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the same map. But yeah. Oh, so you guys arrive in Baldur's Gate. And so the train stop pulls to a stop in the outer city. So you guys, that's where the train station is in the outer city. You have to walk through the outer city and up towards the Baldur's Gate.
The actual gate.
The actual gate called Baldur's Gate to get into the lower city. Currently, it's kind of overcast, and you guys, there's some fog hanging out over the bay that's currently like seeping up the streets into the city, but it's not completely like overtaken the whole area, the whole region. It's just like towards the coastline, you have more fog.
Which is normal.
Yep, which is typical Baldur's Gate weather.
Typical city on the coast, really.
Yep.
Underwater. But, yeah.
Which direction did we come in from?
Outer city.
You guys are up towards the outer city.
Outer city. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did we want to get
That's
to?
where the station is.
Cool.
So there are like a few big doors leading inside.
Yeah, there's all kinds of gates. So the way the city is actually, it's almost like the city itself is a lock. And so each sector of the city is gated in itself, and you have to go through another gate to be able to get into that sector of the city. So the lower city has its own mini sectors in it, as well as the upper city has like it's isolated off towards itself. So the upper city is one big area, and then the lower city has lots of little regions and other gates you have to go through.
Oh, that's what these lines here and all that are, right?
Yeah. So here, let me
It's
minimize.
a wall. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's bunches of walls. Yeah. So that's the wall to get into the upper city, and you can see those red dots. Those are the different sectors into the lower city. Mm-hmm. So that's the upper city is really isolated from the lower city. Now you can just kind of wander through the lower city, and it's all got different names and different sections you can go. But
you can smell the burgers.
Yeah. So if you guys want to get up into the fancy rich sector of town, you're going to have to figure out a way or reason to get through one of the gates. You guys have never been here before? Have Kali and
Yeah, but of course
Robbie?
that was 100 years ago. Yeah.
True.
Mhm.
When you guys were here last time, the last time you were here, the city does not appear to have outwards. Like, it has not expanded
Oh, hi,
so much
Shiny.
as it has gone up. So
Wait.
they're not like 2-story buildings; they're like 5-6-story buildings.
Yeah.
I think
So
is Baldur's Gate the city where Arianti went and met the Crimson Talon?
I think yes. So she met the Talon in Baldur's Gate.
So I've been here.
Yes. So you've been here too.
I don't think that Rose was ever here because she essentially wanted to get as far away from her hometown as possible, so she went northeast instead of just plain north. Like, she may have made a stop at Baldur's Gate, perhaps, but she mostly just stuck to the roads and smaller towns as she journeyed north.
The twins all think but never got into city.
Just say they came here though. Or no, not Petro. Petro hasn't been here.
Yeah, but they must have.
Yeah.
And in fact, the outer city extend around the outer city. It actually goes around a mountain that Baldur's Gate is situated next to, and leads you down to Candlekeep. Candlekeep has what you guys would all kind of know. It's kind of like an icon of Candlekeep. Has the largest library archive in the world. As far as you guys are concerned, you all kind of know that. That's just part of being in faith. That's where the library is. It's
I
nice.
know, but
The Library of
That was-
Alexandria.
Rose can find new fanfiction.
I think that they wouldn't like all of the late fees I would accrue by borrowing from the library. And in fact, they probably have some sort of like a ban against adventurers actually taking out books for longer than when they are adventurers, just because it's like, no, you could die and we might not get the book back.
I mean,
I know some libraries don't let you take the books out. You have to read it in the library.
It'd make more sense in a world like this to let no one take the books out.
Yeah, I think Beth is saying that's one of them. You can't take them out.
Unless
Yeah.
you're like some like high up scholar or some shit.
Yeah.
It's been 100 years. How come nobody developed photocopying technology? Just imagine how easy it will be to make new magic scrolls.
I mean, haven't they
But-
just started print?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
books are a big deal right now, and being able to archive those kinds of things is a huge deal. So it's much more of an archive than a library, but it's let's see, who would know this? Pill and Vera would both know this. The only from what you remember, the only way to get access to the archive is to bring the monks who run it a book they do not have, or a very ancient or powerful text, some kind of, they may have a copy of it, but it's like a wizard's, a 20th level wizard's journal kind of thing, something that they could then add to their collection is the way you would gain access to their knowledge. You sort of have to bring a donation of sorts.
It reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender and that
I guess
sand
The owl.
library.
We can give them Arianti bubble boobs doodles.
Just have Sarabi
Guarantee
scribble on
what?
the book, and
What?
I said just have Sarabi scribble on a blank book, and we'll just be like, oh yeah, that's knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, you just write your own book. There's a book they don't have.
Ancient
That's
text
true.
found by a primitive race.
It's in Druid. You gotta translate it.
It's perfect.
Found in some ruins.
I imagine Arianti has a book that she's been writing stories in.
I'm
Now,
thinking
she's
she's a
not gonna
bard.
give
if
that
you
up.
guys have
Yeah.
any books from 100 years ago, those would be rare.
Let's look at my inventory.
I mean,
I mean, I don't think we put any in my inventory.
I have my book of what's the name?
The one where you write in and then you get visuals. Don't give that up. It's awesome.
Oh no, I wasn't going to. I'm just saying, in terms of books that are interesting, I have that, but I'm not planning on giving it to them.
I don't
I'm
think
sure
any of
not
us
going to
have
give him a
books.
spell book.
I have a journal which I draw in.
I don't think any of us kept books from back then. The only person that's probably doing that is like
hello?
Zero.
I mean,
Yeah, Zero's like the
Hello,
only one.
Jude Nerd there. Can I
Mhm.
roll if I have books or something?
Yeah,
This is
roll me a
what
D20.
happened-
Just a straight D20.
This
I
is
mean,
what
if I
happens
had a
when
book,
we
it'd
are.
probably just be a book
Alright.
on making clothes.
Okay, D20, alright. I want to get it onto library, damn it. If anything, he's gonna search for a damn book who gets him access to that library.
It's, it's like Hermione searching for her little bag.
Fuck! No! 6. Shite!
6. Okay.
You pull out some dollar store porn from.
You don't even know how you got it.
Actually, what you have is it's like a tour guide book for Phelan. So when you were in Phelan 100 years ago, you bought this book because you really didn't know where you were going, and so it's like a get around Phelan kind of like pamphlet book. It's really skinny, but it is 100 years old. It is the 100-year-old pamphlet of Phelan. Now, whether they want that or not, I don't know, but you do have a book.
You could argue that it is recorded history.
Mhm.
I could.
It's
I
a map
want
of
to
the old
try.
Ceylon in a way too.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
They might be interested in that
If
over
they don't
here.
Also, they
already
could
have
put
one.
that in a history textbook.
Wait, Pill could
Just
have a
make
book.
sure.
My spell book, which I'm not giving.
Not that one.
I kind of need that.
Yes, I agree. Even if
Are you sure?
why are we so ignorant? We should have less gotten an ABC book or something.
I have a book as a bard.
100 years into the future.
Does Robbie have an ABC book in his
You know what? We should have just yeeted a book out of the inn that doesn't exist.
Well, you wouldn't be
You-
able to take it with you.
Did Noemi take
So says
the
you.
storybook journal that is here in the bag of holding?
I don't know what's listed in your bag of holding.
It says, oh wait, it says Noemi's bag. No, probably took it with her.
I took Noemi's
Yeah,
bag.
yeah, give Noemi's diary away.
There is something called Noemi's storybook journal. I don't know if that.
She may have taken her
Yeah,
journal.
she would have taken that.
Yeah. So she has her journal.
The visual storybook is the one that I have.
Oh,
Uh,
you're also looking at the old bag, poisoned. The new one's on my post.
Very well. I mean,
Oh,
I could
'cause all her stuff's
try
gone.
at least
Yeah.
if that I'm doesn't willing. get me in. I'm in a we are adventure. There has to be books in the
I
catacomb.
have a spell scroll. I remember
We
what
can
it was
just-
for.
Yeah,
We
but
can
they
just give them
find
the
it
magic
anyway.
book.
Magic weapon.
Can we give them Linda the doll?
Plus, you might need that magic scroll.
No,
Okay,
for
this,
some time.
but this place we're talking about is not even in Baldur's Gate. It's somewhere
No,
else.
it's
Yeah.
nearby.
Yeah.
It's in walking distance of Baldur's
Mhm.
Gate. It's around. So if you guys see where you, so on your map, if you look where the outer city is, if you go up to that top corner of the outer city, do you see how it continues off and it kind of fades off there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It actually continues around this mountain that's right underneath it, and if you go all the way around the mountain to the other side to the river, that Baldur's Gate is along, you will find Candlekeep.
Now,
So
is
that
there
you're
a map for that too?
Yeah, here, find one.
Also, I'm sorry, but
Just because we're
besides the
currently there,
library,
right?
did I miss anything important? Because I had to
No.
go real fast, and then there was like, and there's a library, and I was like,
Nope, not really.
guys, we are so
Oh,
poor. but yeah, The only that's- thing we have is
Oh,
money. That's his goal right
So,
now.
Here's the picture that I posted in the in-game chat, so you can see that how the outer city goes all the way around, and down at the bottom where that bridge is, that the side on the same side as Baldur's Gate, or the north side, the north where the bridge is, that's where Candlekeep is.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to walk around the mountain. The outer area out here, where the outer city is, probably is more expanded than it's showing on the map. So the stuff outside of the wall has gotten bigger, but everything within the wall has gone up. There really isn't space for out. There's only space for up within the wall. And it's safer and more economic to live in the wall. Even if you are in the lower district within the wall, it is a better place to be if you are like need to be in the big city for whatever reason than being outside the wall, because you have to get in the wall. So how you get in the wall is everybody gets checked. So your gear gets looked at, and you guys can see this as you kind of are walking towards the gate.
You don't divide
there's
the clothing?
There's like a big we'll see about that. So there's like a big like line of people who are being there's like the caravans are being looked at, people's luggage is being gone through. Some people are just getting waved through, even though they have luggage and big carts and things like that. So you're not sure exactly what the system is and why some people are being stopped and why other people aren't. But you can see that this line is going to take you like a hot second to get through. So being here at dawn is probably actually a good thing, because it means there's a shorter line. Right now, a lot of the people who are here seem to be farmers and people who are bringing in fresh produce into the inner city to sell in the markets. But some people are like there was a couple that you saw on the train is like way ahead of you already, and they're just like being waved through even though they have a bunch of luggage with them.
Now, see, all I imagine.
What do you imagine?
No, I just posted it in game chat.
Oh.
My cabbages.
Okay, just people go.
Two Avatar references.
Do we have a map of the city?
We do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here,
Then we
I-
know
here,
where to go. That's
She means the characters, not.
Oh,
us
I know
as
this
players.
city like the back of my hand 100
the
years
characters do
ago.
not have a map of Baldur's Gate. Not yet. You would have to buy one. Although they're probably in Outer City, you could probably find a map of Baldur's Gate.
Where exactly in Baldur's Gate are we trying to go?
We
You
don't
don't
know. We need a map. Yeah.
I mean, what are we here for in Baldur's Gate for again?
We made this as our place to get our mail for all the guilds. That's
Oh.
mostly why we're here, truthfully. It's just to get the mail and, I guess, put a new spot for where all our mail should go.
Yep. Or you
Um,
could keep it here. You don't have to move it.
Yeah. Well, it depends
there
on if
some-
we want to keep, or how often we think we're going to be coming back here or not, too.
Yep.
And that's really the main thing. Considering, or not considering, I was actually going to bother, Vero to see if there was not the Candlekeep. Well, we probably want to go to the Candlekeep anyway, but a library to look at, because last we knew, Kidrith's last point of attack was here, and then they pushed him away, and he disappeared. See if there's
Yeah, well,
any text here that describes like, the battle or what happened, or anything like that, so we can get more information on exactly what happened here at Baldur's Gate when they pushed him back and he fled.
So, I lived as a homeless little kiddo here for a couple months.
Yep.
Would I know anything about, like, secret entrances? I don't know. They might have changed a lot of things since then. But, you know,
Make me a history check.
history check. Let me pull up my character sheet.
what exactly are we trying to look for here?
Also, I think there is a headquarters for the your little guild, Arianti.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh,
You know,
wait.
that little one.
Little guild.
I got an 8.
You got an 8.
I sucked.
Kai picked you up pretty quick when you were in Baldur's Gate. They did not let you wander around as a homeless child. From your recollections being so young, it felt like a long time. It was like 2 weeks. You were homeless. And then Kai was like, Jesus Christ, I need to take care of you. I think his first question was, child, where are your parents? I ran away from home. Okay, we need to find your mother and return you to your mother. I don't want to go back. I refuse to go back. Okay,
did I ever
what
not-
do you want to do? I want to be an adventurer. So that was kind of how that conversation went, and Kai was still kind of trying to look for your parents, but the rest of the crew liked, and they talked him out of finding your mom.
That sounds illegal.
Oh yeah, all kinds of illegal. But you charmed the rest of the crew, and they really did like having you around. So I think they partly liked having you around because of how Kai reacted to having you around, and they liked giving him a hard time about it.
It's like, it's like he wasn't ready to be a dad, but then all of a sudden he was thrust into fatherhood.
and his gang thought that shit was hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, so you guys are looking for a place to buy a map, and then once you get a map, you need to find your guild halls or the communal guild hall. Although, given how big Baldur's Gate is, likely you will be looking for individual halls. They probably don't have like a communal hall.
Yeah.
Or if there is a communal hall, it might be like a local meeting area, and then there'll be like buildings around the meeting area that are separated into individual guilds. So like there would be like almost like inns for guild members around the central meeting area,
Mm-hmm.
Can we
as well as the headquarters for the Dawn Phoenix, the Crimson Talon.
can we do the unthinkable and ask for directions?
Sure. Who you gonna ask?
Sure, but once we're inside, because I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the guild
we're
halls are
still-
inside, not.
We're
out
still
here.
in line, essentially.
I wonder if I know
Right,
anyone
we
here.
need to go.
We should probably get a map of the city.
I'm gonna try to sell my
Unless
cabbages.
you're gonna draw up a map by yourself just from the directions people give you.
You think I can't? I can just wave my hand and make a map out of the ground.
No, I'm sure
Because
I'm
I
sure
have
our
magic
energy
now!
it'll be as inaccurate as it possibly could be.
I'm pretty sure Orienti could do it in the way of air. Prestidigitation.
Yeah, but if we manage to get to any guild, they will surely give us a map. So
I think the map would be good.
and for
to-
free, that's important.
If it's only for the sole purpose of checking your work of art for correctness.
Okay, so are we just getting off the train?
Yeah.
No,
So you guys have
I
already
was
gotten
in the train.
you guys are on in line trying to get into the gate. And again, some people are just like walking through. The guards are just like waving them through without checking. And there are some people who are being like frisked thoroughly, and you guys aren't really sure. But as you guys are getting a little closer, I need who has a really good perception.
0.
Vero. I need Vero to make a perception check.
Look at
Sorry,
that, kid. That's what we call privilege.
Doesn't he have like a 20 passive or some bullshit?
He has
Yeah.
he has to let me pull up his character sheet because I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, what is his passive?
His passive is
It's
22.
20, yeah, it's over 20.
Oh, never mind. You don't have to roll.
How do you know what your
You just
passive is?
notice.
On your
Well-
character sheet, on the left side, I believe. If you scroll
Yeah,
down below all of
left
the
side.
core.
Oh, there it
abilities.
is.
Yeah.
I have a 15.
So these the people who are frisking people are called the Flaming Fist. They've got their logo sort of emblazoned on their and they're the security. They're like the local guards of Baldur's Gate, but they're not like employed by Baldur's Gate. They're like an independent organization that has taken to doing the security. They're almost like a militia, and they sort of handle the protection of Baldur's Gate. There's a group who handle the protection of the upper city. And so like they just do the lower city, and there's another group that protects the upper city. But these guys are clearly the Flaming Fist. And you are noticing as you approach and get closer, Vero, the people who are walking through seem to be handing the guards money, and they're just walking in. But the farmers who are poorer and do not have access to coin are having to be stopped and frisked, and you're noticing that things are being taken from them.
No.
Like maybe some
Oh, boy.
cabbages, or
Cabbages.
or a couple pieces of meat, or some potatoes and stuff. Like a fee is being taken from them because they can't pay, so they're being searched. Whatever the guards view as valuable is being taken for the fee, and then they're being pushed through.
Oh, what a totally unexpected turn of events.
Yeah.
Oh no, who could have seen this coming?
And Bro's gonna whisper really quietly to the group. The one who are let through are giving money to the guards. You either have to give, as far as I've seen, you either have to give something valuable to them, or gold.
We have to stop them. They're
No,
big
it's-
meanies.
Oh, I can give him something valuable, all right.
Welcome to the capitalist society, kid.
We need to go tell on them.
No, we can't tell on them. They are the guard.
Not. Says who?
Says them.
Well, let's tell the
Goody.
guards guard. Let's tell the Crimson Talon on them.
I think you'll find that most of the Crimson Talon has to deal with them anyway. So let's just I think that it would be a lot safer if you just give them a couple hundred gold and be on our way.
100 gold.
Can I see how much they
That's a lot of gold.
take on general?
Yeah, but we're
Like-
a huge adventuring party. They let in those two in probably for like 50 gold each.
Not all adventuring parties are rich, though.
Yeah.
True.
So
I don't
it
think they're gonna ask for
varies,
50 gold.
Depending on who you're seeing, Vero, so you can kind of like, so a couple of people are paying, 20 gold, and there's a couple who are just kind of like tossing them like some platinums and being like, yeah, whatever, money's nothing to, just kind of throwing them some money and walking through. So it seems to depend on whether they're
20 per group or per person?
It's per person.
Okay, so I figured.
And it seems that the people who have more stuff have to pay more.
Oh shit! Do we hide the bag of holding?
The bag of
Yeah, I
holding
mean,
is
it's not like they can check the bag of holding how much stuff we have.
Actually, they can't. They can't check. That's the nice part about having a bag of holding. So you can tell that people who are the bag of holding, if they don't know what's in it, they can't pull anything out. So they don't know how much is actually in the bag of holding. So
Stuff everything in there.
Yeah,
bag of
it's just our hoard of candies.
yeah, it could just be a knapsack. If they don't know what a bag of holding looks like, then it's just a bag. Now they may know what a bag of holding looks like and not care. It's just it's from what you're gathering, it's so they're paying a toll to go through, and so the more bags you have, the higher the toll is, because the more labor they would had to have used to examine. So you pay them more money, and then they'll be like, okay, well, that's square. We don't have to check all of your things now.
Mhm.
like essentially it started off as we're checking for contraband, but it turned into no, we're just gonna look through and we'll say that this is contraband.
Yes.
So they're getting paid to do no work rather than doing work and not getting paid. I mean, like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yep. So they're standing here and making you give them money, or they would have to have had done work, and they'll steal your shit. So either you pay them up front, or they'll steal however much. So that's kind of the situation that sort of transpired here at this gate. Now there is the other gate, the Black Dragon's Gate, that's on the other side that would let you into the upper city. You don't know what the difference between those two gates would be.
The
This
difference
is
would
where
be
you-
we would probably have to look like we belong.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Or pay
I
more
have
because that's the reach.
costumes, and I'm an actor.
Yeah, but the rest of us aren't. So.
Yeah, good for you.
Good for you,
Everybody
but-
else still looks very cheap.
Yeah.
Or I could just
You
Alugrist
guys are
myself
slowly
inside.
getting closer and closer to the entrance of the gate.
Fair
What's your
enough.
game plan here?
These guys are jerks. I don't want to give them nothing. Let's go to the other gate.
Okay, let's just
can we change
tie the
everything,
kid
though?
down.
You can't keep me tied. You know this.
You can only
And
teleport
get
once, though.
It's none of the question of how much
Now,
do we
don't
want
forget,
to pay them
Ariette,
up.
you can teleport.
I know.
Once.
I was just like, I could just Alugrist in there, but that could only take me and Rose.
Then
Yep.
we stick the bag of holding on Bureau's boobs.
What? The bag of
And then
holding is fine where it is. Don't worry about it.
What if they try to take our bag of holding with all our stuff in it?
Wait, what if we make Vero hold the bag of holding and then turn into an animal?
It would
would
turn his
Not,
stuff.
he'd just be holding the. What?
So far, you have not seen anybody enter with an animal.
Oh, Patron.
Well,
Oh,
it's
crap.
okay. We can stick the animal into Phil's boobs.
Princess is sitting on my shoulder.
I
I'm just going
think
to be
that,
the
I think what
first.
she's saying is that we're going to have a problem with Pietro.
If
Oh,
they're
And
not,
shit.
Princess.
if they're not letting,
You forgot about your brother.
Oh no!
if they're not letting, no, actually, never mind.
Maybe we
You have
can
not seen anybody with an animal. I'm not saying that
I
you can't let animals in,
and him
But-
mummers.
but
I mean,
even
if-
like the carts and things like that are hand drawn. They're not like with horses.
That's Pietro.
Mm.
Wait,
Alugrist
Robbie.
Pietro, he's too big.
Strawberry, pretend you're
too
blind.
small.
He's your seeing eye dog.
Oh well.
okay, good. She lowers the goggles. Somebody give
Other
me sticks.
question.
What's up?
Oh my god,
How
I'm so
well
bad.
off do look the 20 gold people?
Middle class. So they're like close to what you guys are making, kind of thing. So 20 gold seems to be like the minimum amount that they have to pay. And
Quote
if they
unquote
like
have
have
to pay.
yeah, and if they have bags, then that price has gone up from the 20.
Now, also, guys, I can also have Princess annoy them and we sneak past them.
I mean, we also are forgetting the fact that we are members of a guild, and like even Pietro has the guild identifier on him. So it's like it's part of our job.
Yeah, but
Can
it doesn't
they
make
really-
a difference to them.
Turn him away.
Oh, we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know that because guilds seem to be the big thing here. They have the Neverwinter Guild right next door. I
So
don't
what
think
you're-
they don't let
So are you
adventurers.
saying
But
that
what if
only
we're members
I
of
have
a
to
guild
pay,
they don't like?
and that all of you have to be like, just put it on our tabs?
You don't know.
I can just sneak you in. Because I'm not technically in a guild, I'm just saying I am.
I know this is.
Here's
Rose
the
is
People are-
definitely not in a guild.
Here's the
I know
thing.
this is going to sound totally out of character for me. Says in character, but maybe we should just pay to get in.
I was gonna say, let's
That's
just
what I'm
pay.
saying.
Let's just pay for it. Don't make a fuss about it.
I
Cause a
refuse!
scene.
That's what I was asking the entire time.
You don't have to.
Our auntie, we're not in a position where we can do anything right now.
I refuse just to
Maybe
make the
later.
situation more dramatic.
No!
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Pills going in the bag of holding. Our auntie.
Hold your breath, wizard.
Kidding. Anyway, our auntie, in case they don't let Petro in for whatever reason, I think they'll probably will let him in. But just in case, I want you to hold on to your teleport. And
I
if they
can't
won't-
teleport Petro.
Callie,
Why not?
can't
Is
we-
he not the same size
He's
as
too
her?
big.
Is he?
No,
can't-
he's
we
medium.
can-
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Never mind.
right.
then. I forgot.
They're about money.
I
Get
can
bigger.
lend my cape to someone else bigger than me, and then they can Lugris themselves in Pedro. Because you don't have to
we-
attune to my cape.
Oh, okay.
Apologies. May I say something?
Yeah. What's that?
Before we make any rash action that could put us in their vizier, why don't we ask how much money it would be for the dog? They are all about money anyway. So
Zero, no, you never ask
Never
how much
ask.
money for
No,
something.
because they'll up you. They'll put it as high as they think,
200 gold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll
no,
never
you
ask
never ask.
people like that, ever. No.
Just pay.
We're gonna
Let's
go
just
up-
pay for Pietro
Every-
as if he was another person.
Yeah,
because
we're
he
gonna
is
go
another
up
person.
with 20 gold each, so it's 140 gold for every single one of us.
I would say
I mean-
160 just to make sure that that it covers for Pietro.
And just in case they ask, Pietro's part of the group too. He's also an adventurer, so
Well, I mean, 140 would cover Petro, just 20.
Wait, what about
Because 120
Nelly.
is just us. Nelly is hidden
Oh,
in Zero's
yeah.
clothes.
And Princess.
are they
Okay,
really
for
going
one,
to stick
you
their
can-
hands in
Princess can
Pietro's
fly?
You can
And
make
Princess
Princess
can be
fly,
dispelled.
and you can dispel Princess.
Who's gonna ever
Nelly is
fly over
hidden.
the wall?
No one ever notices Nelly because she's hidden in Zero's clothes anyway. Petro's the only one that can't fly and can't hide. And no,
I
you're
can.
not levitating him.
I can turn
No.
him invisible.
Let's levitate me. Let's
That's even
levitate
worse.
me.
Just let
No,
the
I can turn him
chaotic dog,
invisible.
let the chaotic
Be-
dog
Chaotic
run
dog
around
is
like
invisible.
5 people away from being at the guards.
People, just give them the money. If they say no, we turn around and
Oh,
drive
yeah.
through the
That's
door.
what we're doing.
What's
We're
our
just
plan to
trying
screw
keep,
them over again?
We're just trying
No,
to
I
keep
refuse.
both chaotic people from fucking shit up.
I refuse.
keep them in the bed.
Okay,
you guys
can
are
we
like-
tie the
you guys are
queue
like
down
2
now?
people away.
Alright,
What is
gets
our
the money.
plan to screw over
I
the
stuff all
guards
my
again,
weapons in my
guys?
bag of holding.
Who's walking at the front?
Callie will.
Vero, go.
Arianti is staying in the back with her arms crossed and huffed.
Can we gag the kid now?
Okay, you guys have now reached the guards, and the guards just kind of has his arms crossed over his chest, and he's kind of giving you this like. He was gonna give you an intimidating look, Kali, but it kind of is ruined by the fact that he has to look up a little bit to make like,
The giant armored woman? Yeah. With the armory on her. Yeah.
he's like glaring at you, and then like has to tilt his head up a little bit and continues to glare at you.
She just raises an eyebrow at him. Unfazed.
Intimidating effect.
Yeah.
Quick, give him the charming smile. Go.
He hasn't said anything yet.
She's
What if
just
he's
gonna...
a lesbian?
Okay, she's just gonna give him the gold that they needed to go
How
through.
much gold?
Let's see, it's 20, she's all 20 per person, so she's gonna go 150
Okay,
of
150.
her gold.
So
Yeah.
of her gold. All right, so you hand him 150 gold. So you kind of like you've seen the way other people kind of do it. They just kind of like hand offer the gold.
Mhm.
They don't really say anything. They just kind of offer the gold. He takes it.
He's gonna think it's just for you, though.
No, you guys
No,
are all
she'll-
standing together.
You're all together, yeah.
And he kind of weighs the coin purse and he looks at each one of you, giving you guys this like I'm watching you looks. And then he looks down at the dog, and he goes. He looks at the gold, looks back at the dog, and goes, "You have to wear the dog has to wear a muzzle before I'm letting any of you in."
Yeah.
He's trained.
Muzzle it or it walks.
Or what?
It walks
Like,
and it doesn't.
It walks. It doesn't. It can't come in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my persuasion to persuade him to let him in without a muzzle?
Okay, what are you gonna say to try to persuade him to let him in? Let Pietro in
Maybe,
without a muzzle.
maybe you should
Okay,
try and show him he's trained by sit, jump, sing, and all that.
Okay, so I give God, I don't know. So that he's such a sweet boy and he's so well trained. I grab out some treats and Pedro, you just gotta do it this one time, just this one time, or you have to wear a muzzle.
While Arianti's talking, Vero's
And
gonna
then I
put
try to
out...
get him to do some tricks. Does Pedro do it? I feel like Pedro, please just do it.
Well, I mean, he's talking. Varro's gonna put out another 20 gold from his own purse and put it into the guard's hands.
Okay, so you're handing him an additional 20 gold. I need
Yeah.
Vero to make me a persuasion check.
Cool!
You're gonna give him the gold. We can just put a muscle on him. What's pride for gold?
Ah, fuck. Fuck!
Well, yeah.
Can Pill attempt to persuade, please?
What'd you
I'm
get?
trying to persuade. I'm just not giving the money.
5? Okay,
5 silver.
he takes the gold, but doesn't budge. He still has to wear a muzzle.
Alright, can Pill try to persuade him?
Sure, okay, how are you trying to persuade him?
He's like, he's trained. Trust me, bro.
God, really? Aw.
No, you don't, that does not earn you a persuasion check.
Oh, so what I'm doing doesn't work either.
He doesn't seem to care.
No.
Fuck!
Don't forget to subtract the 20 gold from your
I already did!
It's fine, people. Fine, people. Sometimes you gotta do things you don't want to do. Then she goes to the ground and talks to Pietro. Brother, remember when we were kids and you put the snake under my pillow and I had never told that? You know you owe me one.
His ear he looks at you and you can tell that he's giving you this stink look, and then his ears go back and he just kind of like dies. And he's not gonna fight you on this, but you could tell he was about to. He was about to like lose his goddamn mind until you brought that up.
If it helps so you don't feel so alone, I will wear a muzzle too.
Oh,
I was like, can you get one that never comes off for Sarabi?
Oh.
Where are we gonna get a muzzle though?
She's on her knees talking face to face to the dog, telling him they are both going to wear a muzzle. This is totally serious.
Pill points at her and she's like, she's trained too. Trust me, bro.
you can fashion a muzzle out of just like some rope, and some cloth. It doesn't have to be like a complete like metal muzzle or anything. It just needs to be one of the cloth ones that goes around his snout and then around the back of his head.
Okay, can I tie a muzzle to his face that actually would come loose immediately if he actually tried to bite, but it's convincing enough that it looks like he's muzzled?
It would need to be a sleight of hand check, but yes, you could do something like that.
Wait,
Okay.
how convenient! I have broken ropes on my bag.
I know. It's almost like you've prepared yourself for this. You have all
Yes!
those pieces of rope.
I have like 4 pieces of broken rope.
Hey, we'll use one of those.
You know, we
Okay,
could have
this
just
is
put a
sleight of
hat
hand
on
check.
his
They're
head and
oriented.
gave him an illusion, right?
Want,
Yes.
You can try to inspire yourself to give yourself an advantage, or not advantage, but give you an additional die.
I'm gonna inspire myself, and I'm gonna do a sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand check.
Okay, so do I get d6s or d8s now?
I think you're D8s now.
Pretty sure you're D8 now that we've hit 6.
Okay, so sleight of hand roll first.
Plus a D8.
So
Oh,
20.
yeah. Okay, so you got a 20. So you're kind of humming to yourself a little tune while you are tying these pieces of rope together, and you kind of slide it onto Pietro's snout, and you can tell if he opens his mouth, this will just fall apart.
I
But
tell.
it looks really like it looks strongly tied. Like you did a really good job making it, and the guard seems to just accept that. Once you get the muzzle on, he kind of steps aside and lets you guys go through.
And I tell him don't open his mouth unless he needs to.
Okay.
He'll fall off.
Nice work.
But yeah, it looks like a legit muzzle, but you know Pietro could easily. Okay, you guys have now made it into the city. You guys are actually in Eastway, which is sort of the, I guess, inn district. It's where a lot of the inns and a lot of the adventurer stuff sort of is. You can just tell that from like the layout of where you guys are like walking through. You can already see inns and then like armories and sword shops, and there's like a magic shop, and there's a couple other things. But this district is clearly for incoming travelers. It's also one of the larger of the lower city districts.
Even as Rose is being a tourist about looking around, she comments that we need to find the headquarters for everybody's guilds since we're here. All our mail is here.
Yep.
Maybe they'll even give us a recommendation for an inn.
Maybe there'll be letters of stop committing stolen valor.
What do you
But
mean?
so you guys need to figure out somewhere to get a map from. Or you could just wander around and try to see if you can...
I'm sure that we could, like, talk to somebody who... I'm sure that because this is where newcomers come in, there's at least, like, a booth that's like, hey, come ask me things, as somebody who's bored sitting there.
An information booth?
Yeah. A cheap information booth, because it's a city. You would expect them to, have cheap maps.
Yeah, but you assume that these people actually know stuff and they aren't trying to take our money.
Fair.
Burgess has this deep sigh. I hope they don't. They don't ask for money as well. For example, I don't.
You don't see like an information booth, but you do come across like a general, and they probably would sell maps. It's some kind of general like adventuring. It's not like geared towards adventurers. It's almost like a neighborhood grocery store. So it's like a corner store. So it's got all kinds of things. You need to pick up something on your way home, sort of little shop that they've got going there. It might have maps. But there's not really like an information like booth as far as you can tell. Everyone's expecting if you're in Baldur's Gate, you know where the hell you're.
Yeah.
This is like LA.
Yeah,
Can I
it's
remember
not
a
like-
general area where the Crimson Talon met, and might be where the headquarters is?
Where you met with the Crimson Talon, it would have been closer to the Sea Tower was where you guys hung out mostly. So on the other side of the city.
So I don't know where everything in the city is,
What?
but I do know like a general thing.
Why don't we just-
You would know that where Sea Tower was in relation to where Eastway is. So you would know. You would have to walk around the city to get to Sea Tower. But you don't know if that's where
get a
there
map.
still are. That's just where you guys hung out the most.
Just gonna go find a place to buy a map.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can just head into the general store.
Yep. All right.
Yeah,
We
so
can
you head
just-
to the general store. There's a couple other people sort of in here. They kind of stop and look at you guys all because you're fully armored, but it's only like a passing, are you going to rob the place? Oh, you're not. Okay, cool. And that's it. That's like all they care.
Yeah.
Far as you know.
But yeah, they do give Pietro more weird looks. So again, you have not seen any kind of like wild you've not seen any real animals here. They've been smaller animals. Like you can't get rid of rats and things like that. But you have not seen like horses or any large that's just sort of like hanging out in the city. Pietro's kind of an oddity.
These people are racist. Animals are people.
Apparently people in
Animals are
Baldur's Gate
people
don't like
too.
animals. Okay, cool.
In fact, as you start to walk in, the owner's like, you can't let that beast in here. That has to stay outside.
Okay, I'm going out. Sorry.
You and the dog.
I really. She looks at him with the stingy eye, but goes, "I'll wait outside." And then when she's out, she's going to breathe in Druidic. This store discriminates against animals and the poor.
You know, or might let that under.
Right.
But yeah, you do in fact find a sort of city map. It's like a gold. No, it's like a silver piece. Like it's
Okay.
really not that expensive. It's not super detailed, but it does have some like it's basically what you're kind of looking at on the map that we're on. It sort of gives you the general layout of it. But there's a couple of things that are sort of highlighted. One, the guild location is in Eastway. There is a guild hall area in Eastway that's closer to the docks. It's down here. This is where the guilds, it's sort of like highlighted, and so all the guilds are kind of in this area, except for the Crimson Talon, which is over here, in between the Temple District and the Wide. So the Crimson Talon is in the upper city. Everybody else is in the lower city.
We should probably mark that.
Yeah, so here.
On
So
the
here.
map.
Let me. Yeah. So here and up here.
Upper city, I smell Burgesty.
Alright.
So if you guys want to add labels to those, be my guest. But there you go. Those are the two locations, the little red X's I drew.
Alright.
So those would kind of be the general areas where you would look for the guilds.
I want to go to the Crimson Talon one.
We'll have to wait. We go to the other ones first. That's
Money
closer anyway.
first!
The other ones are closer anyway, and it's on the way. Kind
Yeah.
of.
The other thing that you notice is that it's sort of got some, not necessarily shops labeled, but kind of like a little bit of shopping districts. So depending on where you want to go, you could actually, like, if you want to head, towards Heapside, is sort of the old town. It's sort of the original Baldur's Gate, so it's the much older section of town. It's also one of the poorer sections of town. The Steeps is sort of like the council district. It's got the courthouses and the jails and things like that. Bloombridge has some magic shops, as well as being a dock. It's highly used as a dock, as well as Sea Tower. Sea Tower is almost exclusively a dock and shipping district, and then Brampton is also a shipping district, but they contain more of the smiths and leather workers. So a lot of the manufacturing people of Baldur's Gate are in Brampton, while Sea Tower is much more fishermen, and it's where people come in if they're bringing in goods rather than like raw materials.
Where are the alchemists, the magic
They're over here in Bloombridge.
Bloombridge, okay.
And the lower city is full of not lower city, the Eastway is full of inns and all kinds of like general stores, and sort of common armaments. Bloombridge also is Bloombridge and combined together are sort of the middle class. What's the word? Residential districts. So they're smaller, but they're much more of the middle class. It's a lot where people live. While basically everybody lives everywhere, but those two areas are more middle class for living quarters. Unlike the upper city, which the map you guys have does not describe the upper city very well. It kind of labels the gates and then tells you the general regions and where Crimson, but it does not go into a lot of detail about what's up there.
Which, typical.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things, if you need to be in the upper city, you know where you're going. But yeah, so you guys can actually pick your way through town and head towards the guild's district, or the guild square, I guess.
Mhm.
And as you guys do this, it's a little bit. You guys arrived at the station at dawn. You guys are heading closer to 8 or 9 in the morning because it took a while. Like that line was like a long ass. You guys had kind of sit there and wait through. And then you bought the maps and you guys managed to sort of start wandering your way deeper into the city. But yeah, eventually you guys do find the guild square, and it's actually very interesting the way the square is set up because it's 4 manor houses that are just like big manor houses with banners hanging down the front, and they each, you guys can each see your guild's set of banners hanging down in front of those manors, and in the center is like a massive inn or hall. It's this huge meeting area that's got one of each banner except for the Crimson Talon. So it's got the other 4 banners up there, but it doesn't have one for the Crimson Talon. And it clearly is some sort of central hub. Now that you guys are in the guild area, there is bunches of adventurers. You guys blend right in. There's all kinds of adventurers, and you are seeing more animals. This area seems to have more animals, but you are seeing them. They all appear to be muzzled or on leashes or something like that. Like they are not free running.
Is there something bad happened here with animals, or everybody's super paranoid about rabbits?
The world may never know.
I mean, you're talking about adventurers where, like, even at like level 5, you can have animals that could potentially polymorph into something that's super dangerous.
I mean, did Collie say that with the history lesson in a public library out loud with the dragon and etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a bit of the dragon history, but some of just the Baldur's Gate lore. Generally, they just didn't accept animals into the city. It's sort of been a long-standing thing. They just don't have animals in the city. Nothing larger than a peacock is really supposed to be accepted into the city. Outside the city, bunches of animals. Inside the city, basically the guild area is the only area you see that's got a high concentration of animals.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys find that the big hall that's very clearly the sort of central meeting area, as well as the individual manor houses for the other for the individual guilds. So it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Rose raises a hand. So, is there an inn that you guys want me to look for that we all want to stay in? Because I really don't have anything to do here. Because I'm not really affiliated with anybody.
Look for something that has discount.
Please send any kind of post address to us. Is Waterdeep, right? Not Baldur's Gate.
What?
Waterdeep is where you guys are heading to next. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we don't get the money from our last escapades here.
No. So you guys sent all of your stuff here to Baldur's Gate. It's you guys. The next town you guys are heading to is a Waterdeep.
Are we going to Waterdeep or are we going back down towards Rose's family?
It's up to you guys. We know that Ariante's family is in Waterdeep. So whether you guys are continue heading up or going back south, it's totally up to you. But Baldur's Gate is currently your like home address. It's where your PO box is.
Mm-hmm.
PO box. That was the word I was searching for.
Yeah. So yeah, your guys' PO box is here.
Don't change any addresses until we know exactly where we're going next. Yeah. Because we don't want to change it and then change it back again. It's annoying to get out of people.
No.
Yeah. But yeah. Anywho, we'll just go to, I guess, Rose.
Should I look for Violet Eye Winter's Eye, or
When they said Winter's Eye was the most dominant on the coast, so it's probably gonna be the easiest to find. Is Winter's Eye, truthfully?
In the lower city, yeah, it would probably be the most easiest to find. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and find an inn that's for the Winter's Eye.
But don't I guess you can say book anything until we're back. Mostly because
Okay.
you'll need Vero's card to get the discount anyway.
Makes
So,
sense. I'll walk around and talk and see which inns seem fine, and then I'll send the name of the inn that I think would be best for us.
okay, let's say we have message prepared, so it should be fine.
Make sure they accept animals. Like these racists.
They'll probably accept animals because we're in. Rose's plan is just to look through the more guild-filled area, so most likely the inns in this area are animal friendly.
Most likely, yeah. So, who do we want to sort of do first? Like, so who's doing what first? We can kind of go through orders.
Arianti, you gonna stay with us while we go get our mail, or are you wanting to go with Rose? Since you don't have anything here either. 'Cause
No,
Crimson
she's gonna
Talon's
go
not
head
here.
towards the Crimson Talon.
You're not going to the Crimson Talon.
Hey,
Right
hey,
now.
Varianti, why don't you
Not
She's
yet.
going now.
No,
No,
not
she's
yet.
going.
Not
Don't
yet.
make me teleport.
Rose grabs her
gonna go
cloak
later
before
together.
she can teleport away.
Yeah.
Again,
Why
Don't
don't
make
we
me
just-
teleport with you.
I can
Okay,
deal
but
with
that's
that if I have to. Just look, the Crimson Talon is in the upper city. We don't have a good reason for us to be in the upper city yet. We don't even know if Kai is here.
Not to mention, this is a giant town that none of us are familiar with and could very easily get lost.
I'll be
I
fine.
want it
I've lived here for a long time. I know this place.
Yeah,
It'll
but
get done.
it's been 100 years, so things are different. What I wanted to
It's
say is because we are in a new town, new-ish town, that is really big, I kind of wanted us to do a buddy system anyway, where you don't go alone. Have someone else with you, because who knows what could happen. You could have someone that tries to attack you, or you could get lost, or we could not be able to find each other, and then we have a panic attacking and one of us has gotten hurt. We should have at least a buddy system, whether you can teleport or send a message or not. Now, we will go
Besides-
towards the Crimson Talon once we're done here. I'd rather us go together as a group, that way we can help each other. Plus, what if there needs to be more money to go into the next gate? Or
I'll
what
just
if we
leave her
need
stand.
more people? Well, you can't go by yourself. We
Damn,
need to go
Kelly, you're so
together.
smart.
We need to go together as a group, or with one other person.
I'll take
But
Paige.
we will go.
Activated.
Petro does not
No.
count. Okay.
Pedro's a
not have-
person too.
He is, but he sadly does not have opposable thumbs right now. No.
You've met
but
her.
don't worry, we will not leave here. We will not leave Baldur's Gate until we go see Crimson Talon, okay? I just
Also-
ask you to please be patient.
Also, you can take Pietro if you spuff awake, remember. So you better
Can we-
take Rose. She's our size.
Callie's very right. Besides, you've seen how non-understanding the last secretary was to your situation. Wouldn't you like at least to have someone to back you? Good things come to those that wait. Before you lose the chance to find another clue to your past, it's better you wait, alright?
Fine.
Thank you.
Damn, dudes, you all lie so good.
Mom genes activated.
I'll go with Rose to go find an inn.
Thank you, Arianti.
Thank you, Arianti.
Thank you.
Don't patronize me.
Hey,
I disagree for the sake of adding drama to the group.
Let's say I treat you the same way I treat everyone else in this group. I want all of us to have a buddy system, not just you.
I'm disagreeing to add drama to the group.
That includes Mr. Chaos over here, whose partner might just be in the bag of holding at this point.
You're undead, right? You'll be fine. Get in.
You're a necromancer. You can handle it, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so who? What are we doing first? Are we gonna go get our mail first, or are we gonna look for an inn first?
Mail?
Male, I guess. Yeah.
Mail first. Okay.
Are we going, like, each wanting to go to their separate, manors, I guess? Because
Yeah.
we're all 4 of us are in different ones.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Actually, I changed my mind. I think I want to go get the mail.
We gotta get the
Mail
money.
Rose.
Well, Rose don't have no buddy.
That's true.
Now she could take Pill. I mean, not Pill, but Pietro. She could take
Yeah,
Pietro.
Yeah, I
Pietro.
I could take Pietro. It would be the easiest way to tell if a hotel would be okay, if an inn would be okay with an animal anyway.
It's fine taking
Yeah,
Pietro, just
you
not
walk in with
taking
an
him to
animal.
the upper
If they
city.
don't tell-
Yeah.
I mean, if you walk in with an animal and they don't tell you to get out. Hey,
There
look,
we go.
Exactly.
Okay. And Rose
Look
has
at that
message.
road.
Rose has message prepared, so she can message us if
Sending,
anything
yes.
happens.
I
Sending,
have
sorry, yes,
something
sending.
so
to Rose.
manipulative in mind. So, if Vero might ask Arianti to, like, he gets the money in recognition when he goes to his guild, right?
Mhm.
And he kind of bends down to Arianti. What about we go to the Winter's Eye and we tell them that we killed some hags?
Don't they already know since we reported it?
They
They would, yes.
They would know, yeah.
in a sense that I mean that we have been the heroes that dealt with the Snakewood problem.
We are the what's our name again?
Risen.
The Risen.
We are the Risen.
What's
Yeah,
your
the
name again?
It sounds like a fucking...
I just want an absolute comic of Arianti standing in front of the group going, "We are," and then she turns around, "What's her name?" it's just Kala going, "The Risen." Arianti turning back around like she's the spokesperson for the group and goes, "The Risen."
So he's gonna say that, and do you want to come with me?
Wait, what? I
Sorry.
kind of.
Vero's asking Arianti to come with him to go get his mail.
Yeah,
Oh, his mail?
and
yeah.
the recognition.
Wait, are the mails in different spots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we each have a
Oh, wait,
different manor. So.
Wait, where would my mail be? Because I'm not technically in the Crimson Talent. Would it be with the others?
You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know which one it's going to go to. But yeah.
Okay.
I'll
I'll go with Vero then. But I need to be right back. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay,
That's fine.
Okay.
so we'll do somebody else first. How about then that we do? Let's deal with the Dawn Phoenix first. So we'll do Kali and
Sarabi.
Sarabi.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you guys head in to the Dawn Phoenix manor. It's very lively. There's lots of people coming in and out, and there's a front desk area that's got a half orc man just kind of sitting at the front desk area, and he seems to just be working on he seems to be working with paperwork, and he seems to be writing stuff down and is making notes, and there's like a big log book in the front at the front desk where he's working.
Mm-hmm. Does it look like a
But
book?
there's
Never mind, continue.
yeah, it's like a sign-in book.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Hello,
so
we're
there's-
here. Put the money on the bag.
Sarabi,
He
shut
kind
up.
of he kind of look. Did you just charge up to him and say that?
Sarabi does have 0 tact.
Yeah, I mean you could just charge up and say that.
Okay, yeah, sure, let's go for it.
Sarabi grabs her
alright.
shoulder and tells her to shut up.
So she turns up and says, "We're here. Put the money in the bag." Herk. And she gets jerked back by Kali. The half orc man kind of looks between the both of you and goes, "Oh, you're new." Like he's like, I understand you're new. And
She's
he,
like,
he
yeah,
pokes
sorry.
with his pen. He pokes the book in front of him and says, "Sign in."
Alright, and they'll do that.
So you guys both sign in, and he
Mhm.
goes, "I'm assuming you're here to be paid for a job."
And just check whatever mail would have came in.
Mail is
Mhm.
through the door on the left.
All right.
Treasury through the door on the right, and you see behind him there are two big oak doors. There's also like a spiral, a sort of grand staircase that like winds up to a second level as well. And so behind the desk are your one door actually has a plaque over it that says Treasury, and the other door actually has a plaque over it that says Mail Room.
Cool.
And then there the if you look towards the stairwells, they have signs. One of them says dormitories, and the other one says armory. And so clearly there is other stuff here that you can then go down hallways and get to, but those are like what your signs are currently telling you where stuff is.
Okay.
He then, when you guys both sign in, you realize there's a slot next to your names for your registration number.
Mhm.
So you have to dig out your ID card and write in your registration number.
Yeah.
You can actually see as you look through the book, like just as some of the names, you guys have a really large number by comparison to some of these other names. There's much smaller registration numbers. So clearly, it's almost like it's not just like the registration number itself. It's not like random. It's basically when you signed up. It's like an order
Yeah.
of registration.
Mhm.
So
Well,
people who
totally
have a
agree.
smaller number have been in the guild for longer. But yeah, so you guys both signed in. So which are you doing first, money or mail?
I'm pretty sure Strawberry's gonna want money first, so go do.
Okay.
money
Do we have
first.
the bag? Do we have the bag of holy? Who has the bag of holy?
Rose does.
So I guess
Damn.
you're
There's
carrying
two
around
bags
the
of holding.
Okay. Well, yeah, but the one that has the money in it, Rose has.
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that's
Okay,
what
wait.
coin purses are for. Just
Huh?
don't lose it.
Yeah. Just keep it
So
in
that-
person like we used to 100 years ago.
Yep.
So that put the money on the bag was totally out of place. Damn it.
Unless you had your own bag. I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, you could have just had a coin purse.
So you have
That
your
you're
own
like-
bag. Yeah.
Yeah, that you just like shoved a coin purse out of it and say, "Pay me." But yeah, so you guys head into the treasury room. There's like it's almost like a bank set up. So there's like a wall, like a half wall with a glass screen in front of it, and several tellers, and like a line of people who are waiting to head up to a teller to get their payment. The line's not super long. It's kind of early in the morning, and so there's maybe 2 tellers, but there's only like 4 people in line ahead of you. All clearly look like adventurers of some shape or another. There's a dragonborn and 2 humans and a gnome. They are talking with each other like they know each other, like they're acquaintances, but not like they're part of the same group. They were like the people who were stuck with going to go get the money duty kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe chose to be the people who got stuck to go get the money kind of thing. But they clearly
maybe.
are familiar with working with the other individuals who are or have worked with them before. They might not be a group, but their parties may have joined up together.
Mhm.
Or they could be solo adventurers who then just randomly make teams for like single missions.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't take you too long. Eventually, you guys do get up to the teller. It is a halfling woman who's just kind of sitting there at the teller, and she says, "ID badges and names."
Okay.
We present them.
Yeah, we'll give them out. Just no. Yeah.
Yep. So you guys kind of show her your little stamped badges. She nods, and then she starts looking through. She's got like a little cylinder that's got different like cue cards in it, and she starts flipping through the cue cards looking for. And she stops. She pulls out a card. She looks at you, Kali, and goes, "Kali Rada, 600 gold. Hold on." She puts the cue card down, just hops out of her chair, and she wanders off. A few minutes later, she comes back with a coin purse. She puts the purse on a little tray, slides the tray underneath the glass door for you to take.
All right.
And then she goes back to flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping, and she's just sitting there, and she keeps going and she keeps going, and she goes, "Ah, Sarabi, no name." All right, she puts the thing down, 600 gold. She hops out of her chair, she goes back, she gets 600, she comes back, and again slides the little purse out of the little slat.
I love the implication that the reason why it took so is that there are so many people who just don't register a last name.
Yep.
I thought they had registered with Kali's last.
But I thought she registered with Rada.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, then never mind. It would have come up with Kali as well. So you guys, you would not have had the fun, the entertaining of it taking her an eon to try to find you.
It was a nice look into an alternative universe.
Nice alternate dimension.
Yep. So yeah, it would have just been Kali, and then right away she would have found your name, Sarabi, and she got you guys gold. But yeah, you guys both have 600 gold.
Awesome.
Yep. And then the next would be the mail room.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys sort of get turned around because there's like 3 different doors that leave the treasury, and you guys end up not back where you started from, but sort of farther deeper into the hall, and you guys are actually in almost like a dining room area that's got like it's like a lounge. So there's a bunch of tables and a fireplace, and people are just kind of chatting and milling around. But again, the doors are all labeled. So you see the treasury's written behind you, and then on the other side of the room, you can see there's another entrance to the mail room, as well as other hallways that lead out of the lounge area. But people are just sort of chatting, having a good time, talking with each other. There's all kinds of people here. All in a variety of different armaments, including someone who's sitting sort of near the fireplace in one of the big armchairs, has those firearms you guys have seen before, maybe once or twice. It is somebody with a gun, who's using a gun as their form of weaponry. So it is an interesting looking sort of crazy device. There's a couple other people who look more steampunky here. So you've got more artificers and things like that you guys can see, and they look all glittery and shiny because they've got all this metal work that they're working with and stuff. So it's much more steampunky than you guys have dealt with. So.
Change, bro.
What poison?
Sorry, because I don't know why we are even coming here. It's not like we have anybody alive who was sent.
Are you gonna not check your mail then? Or are you just gonna go?
Yes, we check it anyway, but just comment.
Just in case. Yeah.
So you head in, and again, it's very similar setup to the treasury, but there's no glass partition, but there's like dozens and dozens and dozens of like cubbies. So there's like a whole bunch of different cubbies. Then there's like 5 or 6 people who are like running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They're all trying to get mail done and letters sent and things like that. They're like the mail room for a big business. And so there's someone standing at the counter, but they're also working on something. They're not just like standing there chilling. There's not really anybody else in the mail room right now. There's just kind of the people working during the morning rush. But yeah, so you guys can head up and get your mail. So you'd have to again tell them your name and give them your ID number.
Yeah, which we'll do. See if there's anything there or not.
There's nothing there for you, Kali, but Sarabi does have mail. Let me go ahead and give this. Yeah, here
This is an turn of events.
Yeah, so Sarabi, you have mail. Let me see if I can find my. Here it is.
She looks so weirded out, but how? I don't have any friends.
From the Royal Guards of called again, Kefron.
This better not be for the guys in that palace. I already say sorry.
So you should be able to see that now, Sarabi. It should also be in your journal section. You should have access to this letter.
A letter telling her that she's a menace and she's not allowed back in that town again. Fine.
Sure, that's what it
The
is.
cease and desist.
Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. This is not Sarah, this is me.
Mhm.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know if you want me to read it or not.
Give me a second. I tried to think. I don't think Sarah will share this.
Okay. Alright, then we won't share it. You have access to this letter, so it's up to you what you're gonna do with it. Do you read it right away, like in front of Kali?
Yeah, she just opened the letter and started reading and reads, and then just smiles a little like in free.
And then stuffs it into her pocket. Kali, are you going to quiz her about what she's
I mean,
smiling?
yeah. She's just kind of watching her, and she's like, "Who is that from?"
She folds the letter and stuck it into her bra. A friend.
I thought you said you didn't have any friends.
Well, apparently I do. Life is surprising.
I'm glad. No,
Okay.
we haven't found that yet.
So let me know if and when you want to respond to this, if you decide to. But yeah.
She's going now and she tells Kali, "Do you think there's a place here we can buy like paper, something to read with?"
I'm sure there is. Plus, I'm sure Vero has some. I have some as well. So, unless you're wanting something fancier, then I'm sure we can.
No, I
find
can
something.
use Vero. I can use Vero stuff. Those are for reaching to Auntie's house.
Oh no!
Mhm. Like, I have paper and pens and a bunch of different ones. They're, should work for a letter.
Why does Sarami want Vero to be her uncle?
Because she wants him to be happy.
Oh, this is gonna be my favorite ongoing joke forever.
She's the sweetest thing.
But anywho, yeah, don't worry. We have paper and means to write letters. Before we'll leave, we'll come back if you want to send one. But yeah. To whoever your friend is, because she has an idea exactly what friend that is. Mm-hmm.
She said once they go out, Sarah just like smiling. I have a friend. This feels weird.
Okay, so you guys are off doing that, and then Arianti, I take it, are you with them or are you with Pill? Or
She's
no,
with
you
Vero.
with Vero. So Pill's next. So Pill, basically rinse and repeat of the same situation, except there are less people in the Violet Widow. There are just not very many people around the Violet Widow, which doesn't surprise you given how many people are sort of up fighting in the north. But you get 500 gold, and you also have a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, let me send it to you.
Ooh. He has friends too.
Yeah, Noemi.
Suddenly we're so popular.
There, it should be in your journal section now. It should just say to Pill.
Yep, I see it.
And again, if you want me to read it aloud, I will try. I do not know how well I'm going to be able to do the voice for that. Or if Pill wants to read it, and then we'll use that for the recording. Or you can keep it secret. It's up to you. It is a personal letter, so.
I'm sad. Let me finish. I only just got started. I don't know how to pull off a New Yorker
you don't have
accent.
to do the accent.
Alright. Yeah, but Pill just pockets it.
Okay. All right. So Okay, so you have that letter now. Let me know if you want to respond to it. And then if you guys are replying to them, I'd like you to write it out what your reply is so I can keep it so I can then reply back. Because I'm
Alright.
basically going to start making my own email chains so I know what you guys are saying to each other.
I was totally doing that already.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Next, then we've got Vero and Katie or Vero and Arianti are heading into the Winter's Eye. Are you back yet, Katie?
Katie?
Oh, sorry. Have I been muted this entire time?
Mhm.
Possibly.
I could have sworn I've had you guys respond to me a few times.
Oh.
Wait, were you not hearing me when I was saying I want to know what that letter says for Manfred?
No.
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 I
We
want to
didn't
know
hear
what
him.
that letter says.
She was screaming, "But my sheep!" And nobody heard.
Oh, I kept saying the whole time, like, I know there's going to be a letter from Manfred.
Yep.
And I was like, share it, Poison! I want to know! And you're
Oh,
ignoring me, and I was just like, so mad.
Nobody was.
You're ignoring me.
I was actually a bit surprised that she was being so silent, considering all she wanted to know.
I was muted.
The thing is, Katie really wants to know, but Arianti has no idea.
Yep.
No, yeah.
Until
Katie wants to
Gladys
know.
spilled
Arianti
the
doesn't know, but Katie wants to know what that letter says.
So again, the Winter's Eye setup, it's bigger than the other halls in the area. So it's a much bigger manor house with the setup, and it's sparklier, if that makes sense. So it's a well maintained. All the wood is glossy. It's just a very pretty manor house. Everything on the inside, of course, is themed, color themed. It's all blue, just like with the crimson, or the Dawn Phoenix. It's a dark red color, and with the a Violet Widow, it's the purple with the spider insignia. So again, you get there. It's very lovely, very similar layout. You go and you find your money. You get 500 gold, and you don't have a letter. There's no message here for you in particular. However, they do offer you lodging as a member of the Winter's Eye. In fact, all of you guys have the opportunity to request lodging. But as a member of the Winter's Eye, you are allowed to stay in here for free, just as the members of the Dawn Phoenix are allowed to stay in the Dawn Phoenix Inn. It's going to be a little bit of a fee because you guys are kind of on the wrong coast, so they have to kind of keep making money somehow, despite the fact that they've got so many members here. It will cost you a little bit, but they also store your equipment too. So if you guys have things you just want to like, hey, can you hold on to this for me? They'll hold on to things for a fee. And then again, the Scarlet Widow, the Violet Widow, lets anybody stay with them for free because they're all about trying to help people who are in need. So they take anybody in off the streets. They're almost like they kind of run like a soup kitchen homeless shelter out of their
Aww.
guild.
So, yeah, the money we've gotten, is that now the 600 that they've gotten, is that plus what we've got for the hacks, or are they
So-
another thing?
So the reason why they're getting 600 is because they took credit for the train.
Mhm.
So Sarabi and Kali both got 100 for the train, and then all of you are getting 500 for the hags.
Oh, okay, get it.
So in total, you should have all currently, let's see, so you should have made 2,200 right now, is what you guys all have earned in total. Whether you guys keep that money for yourselves or put it into your pot, it's up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, so you guys wander around and manage to sort of get your equipment. Vero, as you are walking around your inn, you have a they've got a job board sort of posted, and it's actually divided into sectors with like posters and job requests that are sort of divided into like grades. So your IDs have like a grade on what level you are basically, and so then the job board corresponds with whatever level you are to what jobs might be available for you to try to find and take care of.
Yeah.
There's quite a few are up north towards the actual towards the DMZ. There appears to be undead problems up near there where there's like zombies and ghosts and things like that seem to be spawning more frequently in the north. There's a request for adventurers to head out to what's the name of that sea again? I need the name of the lake. To head
Undead.
out towards the dragon out towards the Dragon Sea. That there's some elemental problems that it's attacking some ships out there. There is
DMZ.
yeah, the Dragon Coast. You guys actually
Coast.
familiar with that. You guys
That's where we just came back
encountered
from.
this problem. And then there is a request from the Spirits Soaring Township in the Snowflake Mountain near the Plague Rot for magical aid. They're requesting more mages and magicians to come assist them in containing the Plague Rot. That posting has been up there for a while. It seems to just almost have just kind of been left up there.
Elemental problems. I just need to write those down. I want to give my group a few options there. If we at some point choose to, you know what I mean? And Snowflake Mountains.
Yep, the Spirits Soaring is the name of the community.
Mountains.
They're kind of hippy dippy from the way the description is written. Whoever wrote it didn't take their request for help seriously, and so the description is very vague. But it's been posted up there for a while. Like the paper's kind of wrinkled, and it's like towards the bottom of the pinned stack.
Hippie in a way that they're genuinely crazy, or more like druids, and there might be a little bit myth that those
more
learned
like
them
druids.
before.
It's giving you some druid and wild sorcerer vibes from the sort of the description that you're getting, because they're asking for magic containing the Plague Rot, but the person is like, because it's killing some trees or whatever. Like the description for what they're complaining about is not super clear, but it's like it's got giving off the vibes of because they're tree huggers.
Is there anyone who might be able to tell me more about it? Not because particularly go after this right now, but because first a little miffed that don't take this problem.
Didn't we learn about this before too?
Yeah, you have heard about the soaring spirits.
The ones there,
Yeah.
they kind of stay there, and they don't really like the advancements of society so far. They kind of like to stay the old ways, and they're containing the Plague Rot because they're saying that it's gotten worse over the past 5 years. And it's rapidly moving, so they're trying to contain it.
Yeah, so that's what you've heard so far, is that they don't like interacting with other people. Yet here they are clearly reaching out and asking for help. So it just depends on who you're talking to about the spirit soaring, because they don't interact with people very often. So everyone kind of has this input. It's because they think they're better than everybody else or whatever. So everyone kind of makes up a reason why they're out there. Some people believe in the Plague Rot. Some people don't think the Plague Rot's real at all. It really varies.
Global warming's not real.
Yeah, it really varies depending on how close the region is to the Plague Rot. So the farther away from the Plague Rot you get, the less likely people believe the Plague Rot is the thing. The closer you are, the more people are like, fuck yeah, it's a thing. It's making the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it just depends. But out here on the Sorda Coast, it's not really the height of everybody's conversation. Most people are talking about the DMZ. That's kind of like because it's new, and so everybody's talking.
He's considering, but those people might actually not be. He isn't here to argue with people who don't care anyway. So he looks kind of like he looks a little bit miffed, annoyed at that vague setting out, but he'll leave soon enough.
Okay.
And Katie, you've been so quiet all the time. Is there anything? Okay, I guess Ariane wants to go to the recruitment.
She wonders why the Crimson Talon's separate from all the other ones. Is there someone she can ask?
This is supposed to be one of their headquarters, isn't it? Because they
Yeah.
have three main cities. One of them was somewhere where we just came from. The other one was Baldur's Gate, and then Neverwinter.
No, I meant why is the Crimson Talon
Well, yeah, because it's
in other
thing
cities.
in a different part of the city than the other ones?
Just like the other places, the other guild halls, there is someone sitting at that front desk. So they're kind of almost like the information hub. Where am I going? Who's the person? I'm looking for someone who's selling magic items, that kind of thing. They're very much helping their crew out, their guild out. So since you're with Vero, you could probably just kind of be like, yeah, of course I'm with the Winter's Eye. Why else would I be? And ask this person questions. She is a half elf who's just sort of chilling at the front desk in the Winter's Eye.
Okay, so I go up to her. Just curious.
Thank you. I'm glad you approved. Sorry, the giggling. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Just curious. Why is the Crimson Talon? What are these things called? Headquarters,
Guildhall. Yeah.
Guild Hall. Yes, Guild Hall, separate from all the others.
Because they decided that they better off in the upper district, that the problems here in the lower city weren't worth their time. She seems kind of upset about this, about the fact that the Crimson Talon thinks they're better than everybody else.
Wait. Here to Boris.
So they're up in the upper city because the upper city brings them better paying jobs, and they think that their fees and their skill level is only for people who are willing to pay more.
That doesn't sound like the Crimson Talon.
She kind of snorts at that. I mean, of course it sounds like the Crimson Talon. They're all money-grabbing, pretentious bastards.
That's not true. We are not.
the minute she says it, the person who's sort of working with her on the front desk rolls up his newspaper and hits her in the back of the head with it. You can't call them pretentious bastards, even if they are. It's working the front desk 101.
Vera, I think, may I step in, or does Aranji feel stuck?
That's it.
Here's the thing. My friend has a few personal connections to the Crimson Talon who have proven time and time again that they aren't. That said, could you help me perhaps with is there maybe an alchemist or someone of reputation or someone who might be able to teach?
I still wanted to ask them how to
Art
get
of
to the
Talk.
Crimson Talon Guild.
You guys go up to the upper city. You pay the guards, and you convince them that you're snooty and rich enough, and then they'll let you in, and then you can just walk right in. I mean, they don't even post guards up there because of the Watchers. The Watchers protect everybody. Blah blah blah. Another smack to the back of the head. Okay, I'll stop. She's clearly new.
I like her.
I like her too.
So you're looking for somebody who does sorcery stuff. They're not really sure about someone who's teaching sorcery right now, but the Sorceries and Sundries is a very, very spectacular magical shop. Like it screams, I'm a magic shop. And it's actually in Heapside. It's one of the biggest businesses in Heapside, despite it being the slums.
Okay, I need to get the name again, but he asked for alchemy in particular. Maybe I didn't word that right.
Oh, so they do everything. They're a magical components shop. So they do alchemy, they do sorcery stuff. Just the name of the shop is Sorceress Sundries. Here, I can spell it for you. I'll post it in the chat.
Sorcerers, Sundries.
Yeah, Sorceress Sundries. It's just this crazy big, gaudy, domed glass building.
It's not like a reference, isn't it?
It's just it's a real location in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you've played the game in Baldur's Gate, the game called Baldur's Gate, this is a real building that you can go to. But there you go. That's how it's spelled. Sorceress Sundries.
Sorcerers, Sundries. I get it.
Yep. It's this massive, tall building. She describes it. It's got like blue and orange stained glass dome. It's enormous, and you literally can't miss it. Like it's this huge dome. And when you look at the glass, it actually shifts colors. So it might look blue-orange from one angle. It might look green-purple from another.
It's the dresses thing again.
Yeah, so it changes colors depending on the angle you're looking at it. It's this massive bazaar that sells all kinds of spells and magic items and spell components and everything.
Okay, in my notes is magical component shop, sorcerers, sundries, and in parentheses, fancy.
Very fancy.
Fancy. Okay, then. Sorry, is there anything else you want to ask? I didn't want to, them talk too bad about the Crimson Tell.
I mostly just wanted to figure out how to sneak in. I mean, get in. It seems that we have to dress up all snooty. We can't take the others. They wouldn't be able to pass it off.
And Ver just asks, because he wants to know, do I seem snooty to you?
You seem very noble. I grew up around nobles. You could pass it off. I got some clothes. I can change it. And I have some costumes. You and me, we're going to sneak out together, just the two of us, and leave the rest behind. And we're going to try and get in.
1 second. We need appropriate background music. There we go.
I'm telling Vera this away from earshot of the other people, by the way.
Yeah, that is very accurate. It's definitely Pink Panther-ish. I almost wish I had Pink Panther music to play.
You said he could pass off a noble very well, and we just needed a second to go back into the conversation because fuck.
By the way, my favorite part about Ariante's plan so far is it's following all of Kali's, except that we go together as a group. But she's doing the buddy system thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's taking an adult with her.
So as long as I do the buddy system, I satisfy her request, and I don't have to deal with the other people ruining my chances of getting it.
So brutal. So brutal.
Promise me, Vero, you and me, we're going to go together without the rest of the group, okay?
Let me think about this. Are you sure that you want to do this? And we could be caught, which would
It's okay, I can get away.
Yes, you
I don't know
can.
about you though.
This is exactly what I've. Okay. I am. I.
You can be a noble that's visiting, and I'm your, I don't know, handmaid or something.
I'm not good at lying, Harry.
It's okay, I'll do the lying. I'm very good at it. Yes.
Oh god, I need to make it quieter because I can't hear stuff shit right now.
I was like, did I accidentally hit the play button again?
Nope. I just couldn't help it.
You are aware that you.
We'll come up with a
Why-
plan on how we're
why
going to
do
trick
you-
them.
Why do you want to get access to the Crimson Talon? What are you going to ask? How much? I don't want to slip into the rich part of the. This music's irritating me right now. Why are you?
You can mute
part
it.
of the. No, sorry. I just need to make it quieter.
Well, they most likely have stuff for me there. You know, from being the hags, I told them that I'm in the Crimson Talon.
Okay, we're going to get in. We're going to get your stuff, and we're
And
going.
maybe
to
I'll find someone there I know. Maybe
Very
Kai's
well.
there.
But if you promise me that if I say something isn't permissible, and you're not going to do something, you're going to listen to me.
She puts her hand behind her back and crosses her fingers. Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's gonna need
Insight check.
a deception check. So deception check versus insight check.
Oh no!
Can I use inspiration on myself?
No, not at this point, because you would have to. It would be something that you would have to like sing to yourself to do.
Everyone's gonna notice that.
Oh, shit, in that
Oh,
one.
no. All right.
And I rolled 17.
Lying through her teeth. If her tongue could, it would jump out of her mouth and accuse her of lying.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bar.
It is narrow. Let's go back to the others. I have a feeling you're not being truthful to me.
Well, if you don't want to come, I'll go by myself.
Wait, and he's gonna. Ari, you are. Okay. Can we sit down somewhere for a second? Look, you know how dangerous this is
No.
generally to pretend to be part of you aren't.
I do it all the time.
Give me a second. Yeah. Habe ich gesagt? Oh. Sorry.
It's okay.
My German roommate just told me he's going to sleep. You know, okay, you remember the time when Sarabi got to the palace and did something?
I can't hear
And
you
you-
very well.
Okay, do you remember that one time? You remember when Sarabi, Eve got almost put to jail because Sarabi flew in an environment she shouldn't fly in.
It's because she was acting weird. Don't worry, we won't be like that.
Oh boy. Character development. Arienti acknowledging Sarabi's weird. She's totally development.
I love her though.
It was because It was because you let her fly, fully armed, and
Her feet hurt. What am I supposed to do?
it's something you didn't know, and I'm afraid that if we go together in a region
I
like
get ya.
that,
I get you. I'll go by myself.
no, you're going to teleport away if I don't do this with you, right?
Yeah.
Very well, I'll accompany you.
What time of day is it?
Morning.
Okay, we're doing this now. We're gonna go find some place where I can go spruce him up with some of the fabric and stuff I have in my thing and make him look fancy, and I'll take out one of my costumes.
Yeah,
So
you could
you're
absolutely do
not
that
gonna
here.
meet up with the others outside of all the manors like we were supposed
No.
to?
No.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Can we-
Yeah, you could definitely find a room here in the inn that you can use.
Okay, we do that.
Or not the inn, but the guild hall.
Do I have some way to message them secretly? I don't.
No,
do I?
don't tell them.
Not that I know of, unless you've got some secret thing you've been hiding this time.
No.
I mean, I
Fuck.
think you have, yeah, I don't even think you have sending. Yeah, so you can't tell them a secret message. But
Fuck, guys, this is character thing. What do I do? Because I'm stuck between going behind the back of others and letting Arianti go alone. And
don't forget, you have Nelly.
right, I can use Nelly to message the others. I will do that.
Yeah, you've trained her to run to Sarabi and to carry letters. So you've actually taught her how to do this. Little did you know you were going to use Nelly as a secret message delivery device.
I will write a message that contains the following.
Would Arianti notice?
Vero's gonna need to make a sleight of hand check.
Fuck.
I was just gonna let you do it. Arianti, what's your passive perception?
15.
Since you are distracted, so you don't get a roll for your perception check.
15.
Shite. Sleight of hand. Fuck. I rolled a 12.
12. Okay, what's Arianti's passive?
15.
15. Okay, Arianti, you notice Vero is giving Nelly a letter. Or giving Nelly a note. You don't know what the note says, but you know Vero is giving Nelly a...
What are you doing?
I'm just, which isn't a lie, I am just going to calm the others down that they don't get into a frenzy while watching.
Let me see the letter.
Make... Shit. It would be another deception check from Vero to convince her that everything's okay.
Look, it really is fine. If they be word, they wouldn't be fast enough
Let
to
me
catch
see
up
it.
with us anyway.
Now,
Fuck.
Vera, you have it written already, and you're getting Nelly ready. So whether you want to try to make an animal handling check and kind of like gently toss Nelly to the ground so that she can scamper away before Arianti can catch her, you can try.
I will.
So you need to make an animal handling check. Because Arianti's closing in fast.
Shite. Why am I rolling so bad today? It's a 5.
It's a 5.
Oh Lord.
Nelly lands on the ground and sits down. Nelly is not quite interested in moving so quickly right at this moment. She was kind of asleep, and it is a little stunned. Arianti, are you going to try to grab Nelly?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You
need to
bear
make a dexterity check for grabbing small rodent.
I just don't want him to worry. Which is the
Where is
truth.
dexterity? Oh. I guess I just dexterity is the main thing.
You should just be able to click dexterity and it should roll.
6.
6! Fantastic! You jump towards Nellie trying to grab her and succeed in startling her and she runs away. Not out of the building though, farther into the building.
I go after her.
Okay, that's just bullying.
Come here, Nelly.
Okay, we're gonna leave you guys here playing Where's Nellie in the let's hop over to Vero and not Vero, but Rose and Pietro. You guys are looking for an inn. You actually find several inns right around the area, Rose. They're pretty easy to find because they're located. There's guild taverns nearby. There is a rather it looks vaguely like an ordinary inn, but the name of it is called Blade and Star. It's just a nice looking inn, but it has a signboard that's enchanted, and every time you look at it, it says something different. It's like it's 1 second it's the menu, the next second it's telling you how many rooms are available, the next second it's telling you pricings for the rooms. It's very clearly an enchanted signboard that's outside this inn. But for the most part, it just looks like a normal tavern. You also find one called the Elf Song Tavern, which is kind of famous. But supposedly, there is a ghost that lives. Oh no, who left?
Sparrow did.
Rose?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was talking to her and she dipped, so I wonder what happened.
Can I just say that it's really frustrating that
She's back.
I keep
What happened?
Sparrow, you okay?
You're
Hello?
muted.
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry. I had it muted. I got for a sec, and when I came back, Discord had just frozen. So I just ended the task and got back in.
Oh, okay. Did you hear what I was saying about the different inns?
No. Sorry.
Oh, okay, we'll start over. That's fine. Also, but Sano, I recommend sending your dice to. I'd grab a new D20. So yeah, so while you're wandering around looking for inns, you find several. They're relatively easy to find, especially ones that are sort of adventurer-focused inns. There's the Blade and Stars, which is a rather adorable-looking inn, except outside it has a signboard that's enchanted. Every time you look at it, it's like saying something. At first, it's telling you, what's the menu, and then next it flashes through and tells you how many, how many rooms they have available, and then what the room pricing is. So it's got the very enchanted signboard, but for the most part, the inn looks pretty normal. You find a tavern called the Elf Song Tavern.
Okay.
That does offer rooms, but not very many. But it gains its name from what you've gathered from just sort of chatting with people, is that a ghost lives within it that sometimes sing, and they call it the Elf Song, and that's where it gets its name. There is
What was
another
the first one again?
the Blade and Stars.
Blade and Stars.
Yeah, and then the last one that you find is called Low Lantern. It looks like it was like a ship at some point in time that's kind of washed up onto shore, but has been converted into a tavern, a 3-story tavern. As well, it's a feast hall and a gambling den. So like it's this like old merchant ship that's been like converted into sleeping quarters as well as sort of a casino.
So basically, like one of those themed hotels in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Okay.
And those are the 3 ones that are kind of closest to where you are. None of them had complaints about having a dog.
Okay. So I assume the Blade and Star, the Blade and Star, sorry, out of the three of them, which one would have the cheapest prices?
Probably
Low Lantern, I would assume.
the low light lantern probably would have some of the cheaper prices, but you are dealing with it also being a gambling hall. The Blade and Star is probably your middle one of the middle class, and then the Elf Song Tavern expensive one.
Okay. She probably goes to the Blade and Stars is the one that has the board that says what rooms are available, right?
Yep.
She goes to the Blade and Stars first, and she sees if there's like rooms available for 7 people, essentially.
You would have to get 2 rooms, but yes, they have space for 7 people.
Okay, cool. She then uses sending on Kali, and I don't have to give out all 25 words at this point. Rose has used the spell enough that she knows how the parameters. She gives like a brief 2-word description, 2 or 3 word description of each of the inns for Kali to choose from.
Fuck, I wasn't paying attention.
Sorry.
I was scrolling through Tumblr.
Actually, the best way to explain how Kali was not paying attention is she's trying desperately to get Sarabi to disgorge the information about the letter, and then so she starts hearing Rose's voice, but she's still poking Sarabi.
Sorry, that has been my fault.
So you definitely heard Rose say something about inns. What you mainly get out of it is Blade and Star, Elf Song Tavern, and Low Lantern. Those are the you just kind of get the names.
I mean, they're like all pretty names. How she doesn't know the difference between them.
Yeah, nice names. What the fuck? Shit. Let's just tell her meet back up around the front of the guilds and we'll all decide as a group. There. Gets out of making the decision. Yeah. And then
Rose would send back, okay, except that would be a waste of a spell. So she just kind of shrugs and heads back over to, like, the Dawn Phoenix.
Well, it's not like you could have gotten one anyway, though, because we still need the discount stuff anyway. So.
The other thing is, while you're wandering around, you do come across a place called Garlmut's House of Mastery. It's sort of like a tavern, but also it seems to be a training hall for young adventurers. So, like, it's sort of you want to be in the guild? Come work with us, and we'll, train you up to be an adventurer, so you can go join the guild of your choice. Sort of situation. It was just something that you noticed while you were walking by. It's very much advertises it almost as be like we're knights in training kind of thing, but they do all sorts of weapons training.
She takes a look. Is there like a list of the different classes like posted outside?
Not outside. You'd have to go in, but you could definitely find a place that would list the different kinds of sort of training that they would do. It's basically like this is how you would learn proficiencies and things.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The courses would probably be like 4 to 5 week courses on how to gain the proficiency. So it's one of those things, if you hang out here for a while and pay the money, you could earn new proficiencies.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So they have like different weapons proficiencies as well as armor proficiencies, and they also teach musical instruments as well as different like kits, like how to use a healer's kit, how to use healing kit 101, alchemy learning 101, how to make a potion, those kinds of things. They're very like cheesy titles for these classes.
Magic for dummies.
Magic for dummies. Yeah, those kinds of things. Yeah.
Okay, so she makes a note of it to also report back to everybody and just keeps on walking to the Dawn Phoenix headquarters.
Okay.
She kind of looks down at Pietro. Do you have any preference for for any of the inns there?
Woof.
Yeah, I figured.
That was a totally respectable
For the record, the way Pietro barks now, it sounds like he's done a really good job now because he doesn't just bark anymore. It sounds like a person saying woof. Like you know how huskies kind of do that howl barking thing where they go whoa whoa. He kind of goes woof. He makes it sound like woof because it's funny.
Perfect.
Oh,
He barks when he's with Sarabi. Like, he barks to communicate with her, but whenever you guys ask him questions, he responds by saying woof.
Yeah, but that's only because Sarabi bars fuck.
Yeah. And you two actually, like, understand each other in a sort of a primal level. You understand kind of what he's saying and the gist of his moods. So you two barking at each other is actually kind of legit. He has definitely for sure sneezed in an argument while he's having one with you. Like, he's full on dog sneezing, barking, and it's great. But yeah, so you guys are heading back towards the Dawn Phoenix Inn about the same time that Kali and are heading out of their inn. Let's and Pill is also Pill's been done for a while. He doesn't know what the hell you people have been up to. Let's jump back to Arienti and Vero sneaking around, and you escaped Nelly. What are both of you up to? What are you both trying to do? Nelly has escaped, but she has run deeper into the inn, at least as far as you can tell. She's run farther into the guild hall, not like towards the exit. Now, you guys were kind of far in because you guys found like a side room to change clothes.
Let's just get this over with, alright? I will do it to you. Okay.
I go and look for Nelly.
Ariente, please.
She's looking for Nelly and ignoring you.
Nelly, where are you? So far you have had zero luck, Ariente. Nelly is not responding to you. So trying to find her has become very difficult. This is literally the time where, oh no, I've lost my hamster somewhere in my house. It could be anywhere.
The horror.
Yeah, and you do not have a high enough perception to be able to find Nelly. Nelly's actually really stealthy.
But Nelly is able to return to find her
Vera.
way back to her, alright?
Yep.
Okay, because I got genuinely scared for a moment.
No, you did not lose your pet forever. I'm not that mean.
I just told the others that we won't be able to pick up. I will do as you say. I will pretend to be a noble. Let's get this over and done with.
You must have said something else, otherwise why would you dropped Nelly to have her run away and not let me see the note?
I am afraid. I am afraid that you will not leave her out. The others are going to worry, and that we'll.
Did you tell them where we were going?
Oh, can't lie for shit.
Did you tell them where we were going?
Okay. The moment she says that he's gonna sigh, you're gonna teleport away if I don't get Nell back to you.
Yes, I am.
And he's gonna use like where he just whistles, and it's like a command to come back, please.
Yep. She sort of reappears. She shows back up on a table. Like, she's just like comes back.
And he's gonna take this sheet of paper and rip it apart because he doesn't want her to go alone in a big, because he's generally scared right now, and put the paper away. All right.
I'm going to be checking every now and then that you have Nelly. The moment I see you don't, it's a Lugris.
I'm so
Wait, I don't
glad
actually
when
say
I
a
so
Lugris.
wish. Oh yeah, I was about to say.
don't
I really
say
want you to say
Lugris.
it.
No,
You
I'm going to teleport
on
away.
accident.
But don't say it because I'll accidentally do it.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm doing a lot of. I'm going to a lot of. This is very risky.
It'll be
Actually-
fine.
Ariane, take this seriously. This is very risky.
Okay,
I'm doing
fine.
this for you.
She puts a very
I did-
serious face and looks at you. It'll be fine.
Do
Cosmo,
you
you're real space.
understand that I'm doing this for you? That I don't. Oh God, what am I supposed to do? No,
She
seriously.
pats
what am
his shin because she can't reach his shoulder. It'll be fine.
Says the 12-year-old.
So you guys managed to change, and you both look like nobility. You don't really need to roll for this because Arianti has costumes, and then Vero, because Vero. So you guys don't actually need to roll to look like nobility because you both have basically proficiency in being nobility. And you guys start to head, sort of across town. So you guys are heading towards the upper district. The closest gate in the upper district to where you guys are would be through Heapside towards which gate is that? I have to look. Hold on. The map sometimes is not super helpful when determining where gates are or what the name of the gates are.
How did they leave the manor without us noticing? Because we're right there.
Because remember,
In the
they were
front.
in. You guys are over by the Dawn Phoenix.
Oh, so they're not like in a cluster together?
Nope.
I thought they were like
No.
near each other enough to see each other. Never mind then.
They are, but they're on other sides of the quad.
Okay.
So, with the main like dining hall meetup area in the center. So there's like they each are on like a cardinal direction. You've got the four houses with the center square area being the big main group meeting area. It's like this
Go down.
massive like inn slash dining hall slash arena. They train together there. So like when they have like group tournaments where they want to pit guild against guild, it sort of gets converted into like an arena. But mostly it's like a big food feeding hall area for like lunches and dinners because there's so many adventurers in the area. But yeah, so they're like on the other side of the quad.
Okay.
You guys could make perception one, like if you're looking for them. I guess because you are looking for Rose, you could make perception checks to see if you see them.
I'm going to say that we try to sneak out too so we don't get seen.
But the question is, does Vero try hard enough?
Yeah. Does Vero try to sneak?
Depends on how much. If Ariane think I or not. Like, she's literally holding me hostage right now.
We'll say Vero can choose to take a fail on the roll. So you choose to take less than 10 on your roll. Basically, you are not. How do I say this? You're not like waving your arms around, screaming, "Help! I've been captured!" But you're sneaking. So you're being compliant, but not happy about it. But Arianti can make a stealth check.
Okay. Not bad.
You still there?
I got a
Hello?
17 in perception, by the way.
17.
no,
Okay.
11.
11. All right. Kali, you see Arianti and Vero. They're much fancier dressed, and they are not towards the guild area, but away from it. About this time is when Rose catches up.
And
Hey
we're
guys,
And Vero looks fucking miserable. Just saying.
Yeah, Vero is not like happy about the situation at all, but Ariente has like has like it looks like they're holding hands, but you realize it's Ariente pulling Vero somewhere. But you can see them across the area, and they're walking off. As Rose, Pietro, and Pill kind of all group back up with Kali and Sarabi. So you guys, Kali, you're the only person who sees them walking off.
Did you, Rose, send a message to Vero?
No, I just sent it to you because I thought we were all going to meet out here.
I think the kid's up to no good. She's not looking at anyone. She's staring in the direction Vero and Ariente went. Yeah.
Rose tries to look in that direction, but she's not near. She's only like a third as tall as Kali is, so she just believes her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's alright, detour. She's gonna follow after them.
We just at some point we just need to sit her down and tell her that we are taking away her cloak for a while so that she doesn't run off like this.
We'll tell her if she wants to be fucking respected in the group, she's gotta act like an adult. Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna end well.
Oh, of course
No.
it's not, but she keeps pushing and pushing and pushing.
So the gate you two are heading for is called the Heap Gate. That's the closest one to where to get into the upper city from.
So, okay. Somebody's got Rose turns to Pill. Can you get Princess to follow those two while we discuss where we're going to be staying tonight?
Oh,
Yep.
Kali's already taken
and
off after them, by the way. She left. She's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pill sends Princess after them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
just sit on Vero's shoulder.
It's me.
All right. Yes. So Princess takes off. And so as the crow flies, it will take her a little while to catch up with them, but she can keep pace with them. But they do have a bit of a head start. It's not a huge head start, and she can catch up with them. But if you want Princess to go land on Vero's shoulder, she absolutely can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Princess flies in towards, swooping down towards you, Vera. You can see Princess. Ariente, you have not spotted Princess yet, but Vera, you see Princess coming right for you.
He's gotta. Can you make like hand signs, like stay a little bit back, because Ariante's gonna notice when Princess hits right on his shoulder. You know.
So Princess is within range for you, Pill. You guys can communicate telepathically, so
Yeah.
you can interpret that Vera is giving you like hand over the throat.
Alright. He has Princess like fly around the rooftops, just
Okay.
tailing them.
All right, yeah, she can easily keep them in sight, and you guys are walking. Your walking speed, even though you guys are across the quad from each other, you guys can keep that pace away from each other, and you can stay in telepathic range of Princess. So you basically can keep an eye on them.
So basically, we have Ariente and Vero walking ahead like they're nobles. You have the bird. You have Kali, who's stomping behind them like a
Angry.
Terminator.
Not that bad. Mhm.
Practically
angry
like the
yet.
Terminator.
Mhm.
And then all the rest of us are just kind of like, followed by Pill, presumably, and Rose kind of looks at Sarabi and Pietro and like shrugs. Should we follow them?
They are adults. They know how to die.
That's not exactly okay. How about you? Would you like to discuss where we're going to be sleeping tonight?
Wasn't that your job?
I was. Rose just face palms. I was asking so that we could all have a consensus and not just, sleep in barns or something.
Okay. She looks at Pietro and goes, okay. Ro and I say that we would like to sleep in a bed.
She does a double face palm.
Fantastic.
Flip a coin.
You're asking too much.
Excited die.
There is not a 3-sided coin.
Find a dice and roll it.
But yeah, while she's busy trying to convince Sarabi to actually talk about where they're going to be sleeping that night, that's when we can scene change over to the others.
What are the options?
Fancy place where a ghost sings like as entertainment. Regular in place or a gambling hall. That's in the shape of a ship.
We go to the low costing but very likely to be murder place, or do we go to the high cost? I'm going to regret this. My pocket hurt place.
I'm gonna go to the toilet real fast, so you can do the room thing, and I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Can Pill like catch up to Kali?
Sure. Yeah, I'd say you can lengthen your stride and probably catch up to her. She's not quite Terminator walking,
No.
but she is deliberately trying to keep pace with them.
Which is not hard considering her long legs.
And how short Ariante's strides are.
Yep.
He's like, so how do you plan to handle this?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, whatever you decide to go with, I will. I'll for once not increase the drama.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He can feel like the smoke coming out of Kali's head. It's like this close to just whoop all her ass.
I'm more mad that she went off without telling me. Just talked about
Only
it.
a kid would tell you. You say you don't want to treat her like a kid, and you still are.
No, we need to tell it. You said before that we all go off together and we tell her where we're going, and we just said meet back here, and you did not meet back there.
But you said I needed a buddy, and I had a buddy.
Yeah, but she would have been mad even if any of the others had done it either. If they had not shown up, they're supposed to be meet, she'd be equally as mad because we're supposed to meet up together in one spot. You're wandering off without telling anybody where you went, besides Vero. Now we're like, shit, where is Ariante and where is Vero? It's the exact thing she just talked about. Us not knowing where each other is.
Right. Pill looks down at like their outfits. He's like,
Well,
okay, they're
you're not
wearing
actually
fancy
arguing with
clothes.
Ariante, but
Oh, I know, but that's Callie's thought process. Sorry, I don't mean to be snippy. It's just
No.
very tuned into her right now. Yeah.
Soul's
I
Kali
feel
mode.
slightly guilty as the player, but
No, it's fine. I was kind of
It's
happy
totally
you decided
in
to do it.
character.
Yeah.
it's what Ariante would do.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
It's fine. I was kind of like excited that you decided to do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
go do it. Go do it. Yeah.
For the record, your bard is showing. This is such a bard move.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
is.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What about it is a bard move?
Do whatever the fuck you
look-
want. Whatever you want.
Do it.
Yeah.
Rules and consequences do not apply to me
Yeah.
because I'm special.
Yeah. Because I'm special. Yeah. And well, Callie, for instance, has a problem with it. Me as a player do not, because in real
Oh, yeah.
life, for me, I am a bard. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know, so I'm like, do it. Cause chaos. Callie's no.
I'm like,
Honestly, I don't think anyone has a problem with it. We're just role play.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great way to move the plot along
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we probably have to get to the fancy district eventually, so this is a
Yes.
good reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Ariante is
nice.
impatient.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice
Yeah.
because I can play Vero's faults. It's his It's his
This is
whole
honestly the
library.
best way to do all that in character.
I've
for
always
sure.
wanted a chance to use my costumes and pretend to be someone
He's-
else. I
he's so
got the actor feat just for that.
He's so concerned and stressed right now.
At least he knows. Pill, at the very least, knows where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pill. I'm sure he's very reassured.
Pill is better than no one.
But he is looking at Kyle. He's like, okay, they're wearing fancy dresses and they're heading into your fancy district, right?
They're going to the Crimson Talon. That's the only thing she cares about. I know exactly where they're going. And
Yeah.
I'm fine with her going there with him. I just don't like the fact that she didn't bother to tell us.
Now,
Or that
here's
she
my
couldn't
thing.
wait.
What if there are guards at that district and they don't let us through?
I'm hoping we can get to them when they get stopped by the guards.
Well, I
You
have a
also have your
suggestion.
hat, don't you?
Yeah, but only one of us can wear it. So why don't I just put that on you? You look fancy, and
Does
then
it
I
need
just have to
attunement?
throw.
Yes.
It does. Never mind.
I don't know. I could try. I dated a noble woman for like 4.5 years. And I did learn shit from that, because I tried to fit in there.
You still look
Yeah.
like a
An
A-
adventurer,
adventurer.
yeah, but the Crimson Talon are also a group of adventurers up there.
I could also
Yeah.
pretend to be a noble, and you're my guard. I guess
Yeah, that's
my
true.
escort.
That's true.
That is a good one.
I did that a few times too, so yeah.
So Pill does that. He throws on a hat, and for once, it's not like Wedding Bureau. Instead, it's like a fancy outfit for himself.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Not wedding bureau.
Alright,
Well, okay, we can't have two Veros showing up.
yeah.
So it's just fancy Pill.
Yeah,
Everybody's
fancy Pill.
getting
He's
so
got
serious,
like
I'm
a
scared.
top hat. He's got like a scarf.
Fantastic. The visual for that is great. Okay.
He's got a cane.
What-
His staff looks like a cane now.
Nice.
She's like,
Um,
you look pretty good, man.
He went full pimp.
I did. I went full pimp.
So what are Rose and Sarabi going to try to do to get in?
I'm not going in at all.
Plus, they didn't
Because-
follow. They're still all the way back at the.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
they'll go.
stayed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys get to pick an inn.
Uh oh.
When you
That tone.
decide what inn you want to go to, just let me know.
Okay.
Uh oh.
The inns, by the way, are supported by the Winter's Eye, the Scarlet, the Winter's Eye, and the Dawn Phoenix. So
Okay.
you can get the discount with Sarabi. It's not going to be as good of a discount than with the Winter's Eye. So the Winter's Eye is clearly more prominent. So, but you can still get a discount with the Dawn Phoenix because they're all guild supported.
Okay.
I will leave you two to discuss however you see fit to figure out which inn you're looking for. If you actually go to the Forgotten Realms wiki, the inns I described are real inns, and you can actually look them up. So
Oh,
if
sweet.
you want to like Google them, you can. You're more than welcome to. Because you guys can dick around and have a good time with that. Okay, so Callie is being guard collie to Pimp Pill,
Mhm.
and Arianti and Vero are both dressed. Okay, Arianti and Vero, you guys both reach the name is the Heap Gate first. Instead of the Flaming Fist guards, you see a series of guards who look much more professional than the not that it's just the way they're holding themselves and the way they're dressed. They look much more like guards and less like a militia.
Professional and
So-
noble and less
Yeah.
brutish.
Yeah, they're very much professional guards. And they're standing on point. It's like the difference between run-of-the-mill like mall security versus Buckingham Palace
I would
guards.
say versus like fucking SWAT team.
Yeah, sort of. They're not dressed like SWAT. At least not these outer gate guards. These outer gate guards are very much like Buckingham Palace. They don't talk to anybody. They're not doing anything. But the gates are closed. Like the doors are closed, so you have to have a reason to go in. Not that people don't come in and out of these gates all the time. So the gates are actually magically enchanted. It's not like the old school where you have to like row to get the chains to lift. When they give the command, and you see them do this a couple of times, the guard will touch and then the door will just like it just disappears. It's like he touches it. It's like a specific rune he touches. Then the whole door shimmers, like it becomes transparent. The people walk through, and then he touches the rune again, and the gate becomes solid. So it's very magical that they're using this sort of like almost like a portal that you can walk through to enter the upper city.
May I add something?
Yeah.
Ro looks really busy and really, really stressed, and that's not even an act.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be there.
Poor Vero. But yeah, so as you guys get closer, they're very professional. They're wearing black. And these are the Watch. So the Watch are the actual guards of the upper city. They are legit police force. And so they're currently standing guard at the Heaps Gate. What do you do?
We haven't decided what we're gonna give as a reason.
Nope. What's your reason? Why are you going in?
What other things are in there?
The
Let's-
Wide is a bazaar full of pop-up tents, temporary tents. It's this massive like bazaar for all kinds of magical things. So all sorts of magical shops and hedge wizards and sorcerers and potion sellers and all kinds of things. It's this like crazy bazaar that pops up in the Wide all the time. The Temple District is where the big, very, very important temples are. There are smaller churches spread around the lower city, but like the cathedrals are in the Temple District. There is then the Citadel, which is where the four what are they called? They're the four council members meet and hold council. They are the people who are the rulers of Baldur's Gate, and they use the Citadel. It is no longer where they live particularly, but the Citadel is basically like their chambers. It's where they do all of like their parliament meetings and stuff. It happens in the Citadel, and then.
Is my perception high enough that I could see what the others used as reason to get in there?
Not directly. You can't see exactly. A lot of them look like they're sorcerers and mages of some kind or another, though there probably is some kind of bazaar going on right now. You're not seeing an exchange of money. They just see. They go up to the guards. They nod to the guards. The guards let them in. Like it's the guards maybe know them or something like that. And then the Manorborn district is where the nobility live.
Fuck. I
Okay,
have
so
an idea
here's
because
the
I myself
story.
work in
We're
security.
traveling from Waterdeep, and you are a family friend that's escorting me. We are traveling, and we're stopping by here to go to a different city. What's another city that has like nobility? That's more south.
Oh, hold on. Let me look at the map. Because you would know this. You guys have been looking at your big map for a while. Farther south.
Doesn't matter which city, but we're like traveling from there to there, and we're stopping by here because we heard that they have such amazing bazaars and they sell like
You could be
wonderful gifts I want to get for my relatives down there.
you could be
And-
heading to the Moonshale Isles, which is you sail out from Baldur's Gate to get to them. So
Yes. We come here to sell out, and since I heard that they have really interesting bazaars that was going on, I wanted to stop by and look at what they have and pick up some things to take home. Or like I'm coming back from visiting Waterdeep, or it doesn't matter which one.
Can Ro play that up because she said he belongs to her, he's her escort. Can Ro play up that please just let her through? It's been a long day for me and she's been very demanding of me.
Yeah, it's also true.
Okay, I can act like a spoiled rich brat. Don't worry, I can do that.
So it would be a deception check from Ari, but a persuasion check from Vero. But you have advantage on this, Vero, because you are actually very good at being a subservient noble.
Could I have given us die of inspirations before we got?
Yeah, you guys can both have dice of inspiration. So you guys both get a plus a d8.
Okay.
Nice.
So what was my check?
Deception, because you are lying.
Okay.
19 without the bard and die of inspiration. Do I even
Nice
need to
roll.
roll it?
12. Natural 20!
I don't think
Holy
we even
shit.
need the dies of inspiration.
Yeah. Okay. So Vero, you are very, very familiar with the story, like the mindset that Ariente has put you in is the I'm doing what I want, and you just have to say yes because I said so. That mentality is not doing great things to your overall mental health, but boy, do you slip back into being a noble very quickly. It might be the clothes, it might be how Ariente is acting, it might just be spinal reflex. But whatever you do, when Ariente goes, "We're here to go into the gate," we're here to get into the gate. You just kind of look at the guards, and the guards just touch the door. They don't need an explanation from either of you. Ariente has that "I'm a snotty kid" attitude down pretty pat. And Vero, you look like a haggard noble, so they just let you both in. You guys both rolled really well. The guards are just gonna let you in, so you guys get in through the heat gate. And Princess flies over the gate. She actually goes up a little bit higher than you're expecting, Pill. She starts to fly straight and then veers and goes straight up for a little bit and then hops over the gate and then goes back down. There is some kind of magical border that goes up pretty high over the gate that she detected and was able to she did not smack face first into it. But you guys
That
are
would've been
getting
funny.
close now to the heap gate. So how are you two getting through the heap gate?
I already got a lie plan. I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna tell a white lie. Not gonna tell them everything. We're just gonna be like, oh, hi. Got a friend in the Crimson Town. Looking to see her at the hub.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I need Kali, describe how you're acting as a guard so I can figure out what role you're making.
Okay, so just gonna remember back to when she went on these missions with her dad. Mostly sticks close to Pill,
Uh-huh.
as if she's trying to cover mostly his flank.
Mhm.
And she's mostly quiet, doesn't really say anything, but has that more serious she's gonna channel her anger right now. And focus on it. And has this kind of don't mess with me, but alert, I guess. Because she needs whatever.
Yeah, so you're going to be making and
what?
Pill, you need an intimidation check.
Okay, because it cut out. Alright.
Yeah, so intimidation check from Kali and then a deception check from Pill.
Okay.
Actually, which is higher for you, deception or persuasion? Because technically you're telling the truth.
Let me check. Hold on.
There's my dice.
Let's see. My persuasion is higher than my deception.
Okay, then roll perception. Or persuasion.
Or persuasion.
Yeah, roll persuasion.
Perceive them.
Yeah, perceive them better.
Rolled a 19.
She got
19?
a
Okay.
natural 20.
All right, you two also basically go in. Pill, you're getting ready to tell you've got that attitude fuck yeah, I'm gonna walk in here. I'm here on a purpose. And Kali just glares at the guard, and the guard touches the hand pad, and you guys are walk right through. No words are exchanged. Kali has the best move. Bitch, get out the way. Bitch, get out the way. Down. So you guys managed to get into the upper city as well. the difference, because now you're both in there, all four of you are, I'm going to describe the upper city.
Okay.
Where you're located in the wide is full of, it's like the shopping district, but the streets are cobbled and they're even. So it's just even cobbled streets. There's the difference between the like dirt level is remarkable. The streets are much cleaner here. They have horses in the wide, so there are like carriages and things like that that are being pulled around, as well as mechanical motorized vehicles that seem to be horseless carriages that seem to move on their own using what looks like crystals. They're like these big gems that are like latched into the back of these things that are allowing them to like move under their own power. But this district is full of like magic shops and clothiers and like magic item shops and all kinds of things. But you guys are going to have to, the fastest way is through the wide, which is the bazaar. So it's in full swing. There's all kinds of tents and pop-up shops and all kinds of things. And the smells coming from here are phenomenal. Somebody's got like, it's like a food truck almost sort of thing going, and it just it smells really, really good. It's very much like a street fair, but everything looks glitzy and expensive.
Oh, great. The perfect place to lose a kid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Callie suddenly realizes how hungry she is, but ignores it.
So, but since you still have Princess with you, you could actually still keep fairly good track of where these guys are heading. But yeah, so Arianti and Vero, it's like a lot of people, and it's like all kinds of colors and sounds, and there's pretty clothing, and there's potions, and people have like magical like toys that when you wind them up, they get up and dance around, and there's like a fairy one that flits around, and they're trying to advertise it. And so there's all kinds of things happening here.
Arrington walks by and like, oh, we gotta check this out later. But no, I have to go on a mission. Focus, Arrington, focus.
He's like, we could probably treat Vero to this later with all that he's put up with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does anything catch Vero's eye in particular that he wants to stop and look at?
Does it? Like, he's right now mostly concerned with that Arianti doesn't do anything stupid.
Okay.
Like, he's...
All right.
Sorry, Katie, it's not like...
It's okay. Arrington
But
would
yeah.
do something stupid. She's Arrington.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys managed to not basically distract yourselves in the wide as you head through the wide towards the location for the Crimson. When you get there, it's cathedral is the better word for it than manor. The Crimson Talon Central Guild Hall is enormous. It's this massive marble and wrought iron construction. It's it has vaulted ceilings, 20, 30 feet high. It's this gorgeous structure made of, fine carved things. It's banners, the way the other guild halls have. Instead, they're detailed and elegantly crafted stained glass windows that depict the symbol of the Crimson Talon upon them. The doors are massive oak doors that sit open to the public to lend any who want to come into the guild and request their services. And you have to climb up several steps to get up to the guild hall. It's this massive building.
Wow. Fancy place. I don't remember this being here.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely do not remember this being here. In fact, as you walk in, the main entranceway looks like this. Hold on, I have a picture for it. There, you should be able to see that now.
Pretty.
So it's got paintings and glass. It's got a fountain in the middle. And at the very, very, very end, where underneath that staircase area is a person sitting at The place is like mausoleum. You guys can hear your footsteps echo as you enter the building. So what are you doing?
There's a person sitting at the front desk.
Yeah, it's all the way across the hall. You have to walk through the entire hall to get to the sitting at the front desk.
We walk through the hall, and I look around and just kind of take a gander of everything. I'm like, wow.
It's
And
very
she's also wondering where they
opulent.
get all the money for this.
Yep. And you finally make it over there, and there is a older looking gnomish woman who has spectacles and like half moon spectacles, and she's working. She's writing currently in a book. She doesn't really look up at you guys when you approach her.
Hello there.
She looks up at you and then up at Vero and address. Yes, sir. What can I help you with?
No, me down here.
He's just gonna say, I'm the escort. And Aren't you gave her name, right?
It'll
Well,
back
she
down.
wasn't. She's trying to get her attention. She's talking to you.
Yeah, she hasn't said what her name is yet.
I'm merely the escort. The lady would like to talk with you.
The woman at the desk kind of gives you this like sympathetic look for a second at Ariente and goes, "Yes, young lady, what is it that you need?"
Where would one from the Crimson Talon pick up mail and such?
Through the hall and to the right.
Thank
And she
you.
kind of points over her shoulder. Young miss, you need to be a guild member to enter that area.
I am a guild member. She flashes her ring.
Are you just showing it to her? Like you're not gonna
Not gonna like what?
you're not gonna hand it to her? You're just kind of like you're wearing it and you like flash it at her. You're not like letting her. Yes.
Yeah, she can't have it. She's
Okay.
gonna take it.
Make a sleight of hand check because you're trying to like show it to her without her getting a look that it's not the right symbol.
Okay. A sleight of hand, you said?
Yeah.
Guess I can't use part of inspiration. Ah, shit, 9.
9. Okay. You flash the ring and then keep walking. She doesn't say anything. And you head down the hall with Vero. But yeah. Okay.
Are we fucked, or was the DC really that low?
I guess it's some kind of barrier that doesn't let people in or something.
You don't know. But yeah, she doesn't say anything. But you guys head down the hall and you make it to the mailroom. It's again all very opulent. There's a single person standing there. There's none of that. I guess you guys didn't see it, but or I guess yeah, in the mailroom that you guys were in, there's none of this like chaos. There's none of the hectic people doing things. There's just a single woman. Actually, this is a man. There's a man standing there at the desk, and several like glossy, sort of shiny metal boxes with like names inscribed in them, and they like go on for like from the floor to the ceiling. And she's got one of those like ladders that moves across the rows and rows of mailboxes, and she can kind of like get up to a mailbox and open them up to look for mail. But there's like it's like totally quiet right now.
She tries to call the person over.
She's just standing at the desk, so like
Oh.
she's waiting like
Okay.
like when you go into a post office kind of thing.
All right. Hello there.
Yes, young miss.
I am coming to pick up and check to see if you might have any mail for Ariantes and Ildi.
Ariantes, I will have to look. Just a moment. And she sort of picks up a book And then she sets that one down, and then she looks up at another book, and you see the backs of the books have like alphabetized. And she finally finds the one that's got a Z in it, the book that has a Z inscribed in it, and she begins to flip through the Z book, one page at a time. It's like taking forever. Ah, yes, we do have a letter for one Miss Ariente Zinaldi. One moment.
She looks excited. She didn't really expect there to be anything.
I have to add this to your journal really quick. And she comes back and she hands you a very fine envelope that has your name written on it and a seal on the back that is in wax with the logo of the Crimson Talon impressed into the. You should now have access to that in your journal.
What is it called?
It should just say to Ariente Zinaldi in regards.
Ooh, this is such a fancy letter. I wonder who it's from.
Before Ariente gets to, Vera will just say, "My lady, I believe you wanted just other parts of the city."
Oh man. She was so excited.
So, do you share what the letter says?
Okay,
I take it
I'm
you're
back to the game. Sorry, I was working.
I take it you're just standing there reading this letter, right? You guys haven't left yet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh man.
All
Oh.
these letters, so interesting.
It's gonna look really, really, really. How does she look? Does she look worried? Does she look sad? What's her general emotion? Because Ver doesn't care what the letter says. Ver just cares that they don't get found out.
So, Ariente, you're reading this letter. What's your reaction to it? How is Ariente feeling? And do you
I'm
wanna share
trying
with
to
the
find
group?
a good image that suits it.
Okay. Are you sharing this letter with Vero?
Not in front of the lady.
Not in front of the lady. Okay. All right. You guys are
This is-
standing in this office area, and you begin to hear footsteps in the hallway approaching. They're getting louder.
Ariente is kind of just in shock, so she doesn't notice.
But Vera, you definitely, with your perception through the ass, notice that there are footsteps getting louder and louder approaching your location.
Ver will just say, "I think you wanted to visit the bazaar still. We need to catch the train, miss."
She doesn't respond. She's still in shock.
We do need to catch the train, and he just bows to the lady and says, "I'm sorry," and takes her by the hand and just.
All right. You
have to-
you guys are heading towards the hallway. About this time, Kali and Pill, you guys reach the Crimson Talon.
She doesn't want to leave just yet. She still has other things to do.
But yes, so Vera has guided you out of the room, and you guys can see that there are two clearly guards approaching the mail room at a quick pace. And we'll pause there as Pill and Kali enter the Dawn Phoenix or the Crimson Talon.
Crimson Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, guild hall.
And Princess saw them come in here, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, she would know about those guards, so I guess we'll go to the front desk. Mm-hmm.
Again, same gnomish woman is sitting there, bespectacled, does not look up when you approach.
She'll be like, "Excuse me, ma'am. Did you see, was there a little gnomish blonde-haired child that just came through here? With a nervous-looking elf?"
She gets this bemused look on her face and says, "Why, yes, dear. They should be back out in the lobby in just a moment."
Like, thank you. I was just waiting for them.
Okay.
Mhm.
As you as you guys I guess wait in the lobby then.
Mhm.
So we'll jump back to Arianti and Vero. The guards are approaching you.
So I need to think about this because Arianti's in shock,
Mm-hmm.
and there's guards.
Yep, they are coming to do something to you. They don't look like they're angry, but they do look stern.
So he will keep Arianti close, make sure that she doesn't. If they look stern, it doesn't look like they're gonna be jailed right now, right?
No, they do not look like they're going to attack you.
We're just gonna sigh and approach the guards, like in a way that clearly shows I'm up for cooperating.
We received a report that 2 unauthorized personnel entered this area. Neither of you are members of the Crimson Talon, and we are here to escort you back to the lobby. Please follow us.
Why we will, and he will drag Arianti if she wants to or not.
She's still staring at the letter.
Okay, so you succeed in dragging Arianti towards the lobby. You then discover Kali and Pill in the lobby. And the guards deposit both of you back in the lobby and turn around and re-enter the hall that they pushed you out of.
And we're just going to say really quietly,
So
we should go.
y'all are together again.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Arianti's still staring at the letter, constantly.
Right, he's very distracted.
Yeah, Arianti is clearly very distressed by whatever she's reading in the letter.
Mhm. Kyle's looking at Vero.
So
Are you okay? To Vero.
She doesn't respond.
To Vero. Are you
Vero.
okay?
I am fine, but that would be a deception check. Because Beth clearly described what the snooty noble and subservient noble isn't good for his mental health.
Nope. Vero is not doing so good. That nat 20 came with a price.
So he will say, I'm alright. And should I roll deception for this?
I mean, you're trying to lie? I don't...
Yeah, so here's the question. Are you saying I'm alright, but the look on your face is anything but, or are you trying to pretend that you are alright?
That's the question. Does he have the mind of... He's gonna try.
Okay, then it would be a deception check. If you're trying to pretend that you're alright, it would be a deception check.
Can I roll a disadvantage?
Yeah! I will never not let you not roll at disadvantage.
That's like the first time in my life I heard somebody ask that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, sweet.
I want to fail on purpose.
Do it for me.
I was gonna say, when the players sick of their character shit.
Can I just fail, please?
So his deception is -1, so it's a 5.
5. He is not alright.
Yeah.
That gif of everything's fine and it's on fire, very accurate. So Arianti is not looking good. Vero is not looking good. You two are kind of all standing in the lobby, and as you guys are getting ready, you guys are like kind of getting ready to start like leaving and taking them back out of here and getting back towards the other guild halls. One of the upper doors on the balcony where the stairwell is burst open, and a man comes charging out to the railing to look over the railing down at all of you. He looks here. Actually, I have a picture. Why would I describe how he looks when I can just show you?
Yeah, that's what I do in my game. If I have a picture, I just show it. I'm like, fuck it, I can describe shit. You get to look at him.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Hi!
He slams the doors, lunges for the railing. It shoves. He's a very well dressed gentleman who is clearly some kind of noble guild member. He all of his armor and leather coat is lined in gold piping. It's clearly got gold embroidery on it. He's very well dressed, but the minute he jerks to the stop at the guild, his hat's askew. He looks out of breath. You actually see that like he only has like his belt isn't fully like cinched, like he was off doing something else and then was told about your arrival and like sprinted here in the guild. And he slams into the railing and looks down at Arienti and goes, "Oh my gods. Arienti?"
John!
He doesn't even finish the sentence. He vaults off the second floor to land with astonishing cats-like grace next to you, Arienti. And then he's on his
Superhero landing
knees.
pose.
Up until that point, she
And
was
then- and then drops to his knees to like grab your shoulders.
Ugh.
It's Kai.
Kai!
Without a doubt, it's Kai. Kai is half elf, so he looks older than when you last saw him. He's got streaks of gray in his hair now. You can kind of see that. He's got some more wrinkles on his face, but this is without a doubt Kaiden Stormhild, the first member or the first leader of the Crimson Talon. And that is where we will stop today. It just felt like such a
Honestly-
perfect ending. The minute you guys started arguing, get here, I'm like, oh fuck yes, I know how I'm ending. But he grabs you and he is nearly in tears as he looks into your eyes as
Aw.
you realize is the child that he took under his wing is alive. He has not yet processed that you haven't aged, and we'll get to deal with that next time. But yeah, so you all get to meet Kaiden Stormhild.
Well, 4 of us do.
Kaiden is
No!
from his gear is a sharpshooter fighter. It's very very obvious that he is a marksman. But yeah,
And not that
So-
it really matters that much, but Callie would have edged closer to Arienti when he came down, but the second Arienti, reacted almost protectively, but the second Arienti said his name and seemed to know him, she would have stopped. Yeah, back
okay,
off.
yeah, but yes, Kai is like his ascot is askew. The man looks disheveled as he can look. But yes, he came sprint like the 5th floor. This man hauled ass.
Which I'm sure has raised at least 17 eyebrows.
Yep. Yeah. So
How
Kaiden,
do you expect me to sleep tonight?
so you have to wait 2 weeks. So we are playing again later this month. So we will get to have the conversation with Kaiden, and you guys will get to meet him more thoroughly. But he did not forget you, Arienti.
Aw, I'm special.
But yeah. So this will be fun. This will be where we pick up next time.
Nice.
Yeah, and I may start the next session with Sarabi and Rose finding an inn, and then we will jump back to Kaiden and what everyone's up to over
To
here.
be fair,
Exciting stuff, finding
while
it.
you guys were doing your adventure, Poisoned and I were hashing out what they would actually talk about,
Yeah.
which
Perfect.
we don't have to record, at least not
Awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so it'll give you guys something to think about on how you guys want to negotiate getting your inn. If you just want to jump to a different scene, like okay, we're at the inn already, we can.
yet.
But yeah, perfect. Okay, so I have to go to bed because I have to be up early tomorrow to go back to the lab. But yeah, have fun with this. Haha. I've been sitting on this for 2 months.
Okay, I'll let it out.
Yeah, I wrote these letters like 2 months ago. So I had been waiting for this. I finally found a picture for Kaiden that I really liked, and then
Nice.
I've just been sitting here waiting.
I was actually wanting to ask
Uh-huh.
how, like, what's that the cool guy?
Oh, so for Kaiden, he was the guild member for our Ariante's party. Or when Ariante last knew him, he was just like a fighter. Like he used rapiers. He was very much a dex-based fighter. Now, 100 years later, he is he is reclassed as a sharpshooter, and now he's a gunslinger. But yeah, because it's still a dex-based fighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I actually have a character sheet for Kaiden. So at some point, if that becomes relevant, I have a character sheet for him. I've actually considered playing him in a couple other games because I fleshed out so much of his character. He's become a very well-rounded NPC. Yeah. So
cool.
He's cool. He's cool. The problem is that if I wanted to play Kaiden, I'd have to like play him in like a higher level campaign than like your normal drop game.
He's too cool for us.
Yeah, he's too cool for school. But yeah, so he'll be fun, and I'm glad you guys will get to meet him. He's neat. But yeah,
I'm excited. We are walking into
Yeah.
Ariante's. So
and at some point, if you guys do choose to share the letters with each other, just let me know before you do. But you guys are welcome to share those letters
I'd
amongst
share
yourselves.
it now,
Yeah.
but only if Frozen shares her letter first.
So yeah, so out of character, you guys are more than welcome to share them with the other players, even if the characters won't know.
Yeah.
So I'm totally okay with that. Just for funsies, so you can read the nonsense I wrote.
I'm
It's up to you. It's up to you though, because it was given to you. If we were playing in Critical Role, this would be a letter Matt stood up and handed to you, and it's totally about whether you share it or not.
Yeah, because Harabi will totally not show it, but I want to! I want to!
Well, can't Poison show it to Katie? Because Katie wants to see it, damn it! Don't deny me this! Don't do it! Not Valentine's Day!
I feel so torn! Valentine's.
Yeah, that was actually one of the reasons why I really wanted, was because of that letter and Valentine's Day. I had to give it to damn it. Yeah. So
Oh shit! I just realized Rose probably. Well, okay, Rose doesn't have any mail yet, but like, where would Rose get her mail?
you don't know. You haven't figured it out. I mean, you could set your. I mean, if you wanted people to mail stuff to you, you could have them mail it back to the High Bottle winery. They're not going anywhere.
Well, I know. It's just when Rose was setting up, when everybody was setting up like where to send their mail, Rose was fine with not getting any credit except for like being an extra like body / healer. So I don't know where like her mail would have been sent if she had gotten any.
All right. Again, I have no idea.
She probably. I think she probably like backpacked off of Sarabi and Kali. Like, hey, is it alright if they send mail to me, even though I'm not really part of the guild?
Yeah, can she
likely. Yeah, likely you could have had somebody address the letters to Kali or Sarabi, but then put your name in there to Kali, Rada, and Rose High Bottle.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
they would accept them at the guild. Same with Sarabi. So yes, you can just have people address it to you and someone who's part of the guild.
Yeah, okay,
and
that'll work.
Like that. Yep. Cool.
Just warn everybody to not open your mail. My name is Sonny. No.
It's not like she sends saucy letters to anybody.
Yet.
Yet.
Yes.
True.
But you know, if there was some saucy literature,
True.
she will be totally subscribed.
Potentially.
She got her monthly letter with hot fiction.
She gets those like religious pamphlets, but instead of being actually the religious pamphlets, they're like saucy magazines that are drawn to look like religious pamphlets.
Oh my god, these are great. Some of you guys have sent me replies, and I'm so excited. It gives me something to reply to now, so I'm not just going off nothing.
I don't have a reply except maybe ripping up the letter.
Yeah, you do not have a reply. I instead gave you a person.